Hello children and welcome back to Old Man Gaming. In this episode we will teach some dirty rats that there is still honor among thieves. We will join the House of Slytherin. I become Batman. And take a stab at avenging my parents. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. By the way, it absolutely stinks in here. If you are going to crack one off, then please open a window. Alright, well Dr. Freakazoid showed up while I was editing, so I got him I think in time here. First one on the account, just a reminder to everybody, I cannot use things that I get from randoms, which is a bummer. There are times when you're going to want something from this guy. I don't have any Guam leaves, so he gives me a 2-dose strength potion, and then he bails. So I'm going to see if that's sellable or worth anything, but thank you, Dr. Jekyll. By the way, in the old days, that guy used to spaz out. He said he could feel the change coming if you didn't give him something at all, I think, and then he'd spaz out and he'd attack you, and you'd have to run away and lose aggro. So this is better this way, I think. You know, he gets to keep his dignity, and we don't have to run away. Yeah, anyway, that's Dr. Jekyll. Okay, so one thing before we get started with this episode, one thing I do want to cover, which I think we need to cover, is, I've had a look at kind of everybody in this list and the progression. There's a couple moves that we need to make that I'm going to explain right now. So the first one is that, and I'll go back here for a second so you can just see it moving. The Dark Warriors are going to be replaced with the Frogs, especially since I'm here in this swamp. I'm probably going to knock them all out at the same time because they're right next to each other. This was originally supposed to be level 13 Frogs. I had it as Big Frogs in the intro, but you can only kill up to level 10s. They only have bones. I'm just going to bang this out and then probably never do the Big Frogs. They didn't actually have anything. I was looking at the original drop table when I wanted to do it. You can get a Water Talisman, but I'm going to get that anyway next decade. They don't really have anything that good, so if I just bang out the 5s or the 10s right now, then they'll be done. And I can do them at the same time as rats, because as you saw, we're in the swamp. And then one more move, which is going to be hard to show visually, and I'll just explain it, which is the Dark Warriors, which are probably going to be the hardest thing to kill in this decade, are going basically second to last. I'm killing Dark Wizards last because it's going to feel really good, but they're going second to last. So all that happened here was they moved from up top to the bottom, and everybody else moved up. So that's the only thing that happened is I moved them down to second to last, and this is going to be our new order. So won't affect the intro that I let you guys know for this game, but they will probably be in the last episode of this decade. So just moving around. Again, one of the reasons I do this is because they have some upgrades that I don't want to get right now. I am perfectly happy with my character and what he's wearing and what he uses for equipment as it stands. So I don't want to just kill somebody who happens to drop, iron or even black items, which I don't know if he has black, but he definitely has iron. I think he has steel, too. That's a couple hops up in terms of gear. So, and there are people on this list sooner than him who will give us gear upgrades, but that guy's pretty dramatic, and he's a pain in the ass, and I'm probably going to take a lot of damage, so the tougher I get before I get to him, the better. Anyway, there's your shift. Let's get back to the episode. Yep, so here we are in a swamp. Let's kill the rats first for a little while until I get bored, and then I'll move on. So there are a lot of rats in here in general. There are definitely a lot of rats in here. They don't look as grouped up as I was hoping. But there's the raw rat meat we need for the quest for druidic ritual, so that's good. They're not as close together as I was hoping, and so this super genius IQ move of putting them together with frogs came about, because frogs are useless too. Unfortunately, I thought I was going to kill the big frogs, and so whatever. But I can kill them all at the same time, and I'll just keep track. And kill a few rats first. But there are 27 different giant rats in the swamp alone, so they should be decently grouped up with spawns to make this kind of quick. I think they only drop 2 items, so that's actually good, because that means I don't have to bank as much. But Leverage is right over there. I have not spent a ton of time in this swamp. I'm sure I ran around it when I first started playing back in like 2004, but I don't remember it very well at all. There's, Xanaris is here. The quest starts here. There's some new stuff down on the southern coast. That's the Restless Ghost guy, I think. There's a bunch of Swamp Tar on the ground, which I would love to have, because Swamp Tar could be useful in the future, but I'm not allowed to pick it up. I don't even know if an Iron Man could pick it up if they wanted to, but... and then starting fishing is over there, which I don't think I would do it there anyway, even when I can start fishing. By the way, I found a monster to start get me fishing, rudimentary fishing supplies in the next decade, so that's awesome. I don't even have to buy any tools for that, so that's great. I can start fishing next decade. It's going to require me fighting a little bit out of order, so I got to decide whether or not I want to do that, because the monster that drops it is level 20. So normally they'd be at the end of the decade, but I can make a decision on that one. But anyway, so I can do rudimentary fishing down there. There's copper, mining. I don't have a pick yet, but that will sort itself out in this decade. And, you know, most of you probably already know which monsters out there where I could get that. But so that'll sort itself out, which is nice. And then other than that, there's a candle seller who tries to charge you $1,000 to buy a candle. And I don't know if, I'm assuming that's probably a 1,001 item for me. I don't have to kill anything now in that little, cave in this decade, which is nice. I thought the frogs were in there, and they're not, so that's good. I can just kill the frogs out here, and I'm done. Whoa, look at that. I guess that's a hillside that's in the way. I'm like sitting in a, okay, cool. So yeah, so I can just kill these guys, and then I'm done with that. And then, but I can go back into, there's a bunch of monsters in there, but they happen to be Slayer locked. So the way Slayer locked works is I can kill them on task, I can kill them off task. If I kill them off task, then when I get the Slayer task, I would have to skip it. If it's Turiel, I'd be okay, because I can do unlimited ones of those. But I can only kill 256 of anything off task. And if, let's say, I killed a Slayer monster off task that is not a Turiel monster, and then I got it again as a task, I would be forced to skip at that point. So I cannot use Slayer tasks to go over. I can only kill 256 of the non-standard Turiel monsters. So that's going to be a little weird. Oops, see, this is what happens. I get distracted, and I forget, and I have to bury a bone, and I get closer to level 11 and blowing up the whole game mode. I will try not to do that anymore. So, for Slayer, once I get to 256, if I do it on task or off task, that's it. I'm not allowed to do anymore. So, I got to be real careful about how I'm going to work that out. There are monsters in that cave. Stop it. There are monsters in that cave that I'm going to want to kill. There's one very, very, very specific Slayer monster in there that happens to be 1 through 10, which means I can do it. I guess I could do it once my Slayer level gets to 7. I could kill it off task. Or I could kill it on task if I had the Slayer level for it, if Turiel gave it to me. But yeah, so I don't have anything I have to kill in there, which means I don't need to get a candle yet. I really need to get a candle next, or a light source. I shouldn't just say a candle, but I need to get a light source next decade. So, and I haven't researched that one to find out, if it's available or not. Man, this is such a boring start to the episode, but whatever. You're watching a guy kill rats, so if you're still here, then maybe you like listening to me just rattle around my own brain. But anyway, so I need a light source, because there's a drop from one of those Slayer monsters that I critically want to get, and it will help me out immensely. So, hate to keep y'all in suspense, but it's actually kind of a big deal, and not just in Japan. So, anyway, that's enough cryptic thinking about how much better this series will be when we get to the next decade, but it is going to start getting real exciting real fast. I'm going to bank these and shut the hell up for a hot second so we can focus. I did find a really cool spot that is much closer to the bank, so maybe I'll do the rats here, and then I'll kill the frogs once these guys are done. Frogs don't drop as much stuff. I think it's just bones, so that'll balance out pretty nicely. And then I can just do I can do the frogs all at one shot, which is like 10 inventories or something. So cool, this is a good little find here. 4 rats makes life pretty easy this close to the bank. Here we go, paying attention at the beginning of the video. This will not be the case forever, but 45 strength. That is really cool. I am kicking the you-know-what out of these rats, and they're really fast, and they're really close to the bank. Oh, I can one-shot them. This is cool. I did not think I was going to like rats. My vision of rats was like the Varrock sewers. I don't think there's a reason to kill them in there. I know there's one for rat catchers, but it has to do with your cat. Which, by the way, I do, and this game mode will allow me to get the cat way before I actually need it for anything. I hate when you get a cat and you have to wait whoa, there's a mugger. I'm going to see you later. Weird. Okay, whatever. You're dead. Later. Probably not right there. I got to find more of you in one spot. Although it's hard to find. Oh, I know where to find you. Yeah, you got to kill for rat catcher without your cat, but yeah, I do. This is easy. This is super easy. I thought rats were gonna suck, and then I just have to go to Varrock, go up and down and up and down and up and down. But man, these are really close. The one thing I would say though is this is a pretty nice town and a pretty nice castle. You know, we got some tough dudes in there. I think we got some Bob's axes. I think he could probably kick some butt. And then there's a couple other people here, you know, who are probably decently tough, at least. You know, the Duke is handing out Dragonfire shields. So it's weird that they would leave a bunch of giant rats right out their back door. But I don't know. It's not my town. I don't have to make the decisions. I'm not city planner. But, there are a lot of adventures here. And there's a lot of, there's 4 rats back here. You just might want to just kill them and get it over with, so you don't have giant rats in your backyard. But I don't know. Maybe they've never figured out about like hygiene or anything. But I would probably, I'd probably just close this door, and then it wouldn't be such a big deal. Although the little ones apparently are walking right through the door, so not doing a real good job. I'm just saying, you might want to hire someone to take care of that for you. Look at those skills. I got 1 HP to. Left to go to get a level here, so let's see if we can hit this rat right here. There it is, 35 hit points. That is solid. I also didn't realize this. There's a little rat hole over here. There's a couple of them. There's like 2 rat holes over here, which explains the rats, although that rat is not fitting back into there. I don't care how hard or what, if he goes on Weight Watchers or whatever, he's not getting back in there. But anyway, you examine the rat hole and it says, smells like the rats aren't washing often enough. That's gross. I mean, they have like fresh cuts in the side of their, bodies, which is even worse. It's just disease flying around everywhere. The old man lived through the Spanish influenza and the bubonic plague, so his immune system is pretty amazing at this point. So I don't think I'm going to get diseased or get those little orange splat things that happen when you have to do that one stupid quest. But yeah, again, just plug that up. Like just step on it or put a boulder in there or something, and maybe you wouldn't have this this issue going on, because this is pretty gross. Okay, here's another weird one. If you examine the little rats, it says a popular dwarven delicacy. I don't know what Jagex's official stance on dwarves is, but that's like kind of weird and harsh. I mean, they have a amazing city, and they literally are like dumping gold out and gems and crap every 3 seconds. I find it a little weird that they would be eating rats. I mean, I know there's that one guy, Smoking Joe, who basically boasts up all the time, and he's smoking those rats out of the place or whatever, but I don't see anywhere else where they were like eating rats. That's a little weird. That's a pretty advanced society, I think. Like next to Prifness, that's probably the second most. Is it? That's like probably. Well, I think Artie is probably one of the coolest towns. It probably goes Prif and then Artie in terms of like stuff you can do. But I mean, Keldrum's kind of weird. It's weird. It's got this river in the middle. It's got some shops, but not all shops. So maybe they're right, but just doesn't feel like the dwarves are beat. What am I doing, dude? By the way, my inventory is way full. It doesn't feel like they'd be eating, like chewing on rats. That's just super weird. Like you could import any food you want with that amount of money. So I'm not sure I'm buying that one, but whatever. Speaking of rats, by the way, like. We live kind of close to the ocean, and so these rats like to run around on these rocks, like out by the water or whatever. So rats, anyway, get near our neighborhood from time to time. And we had this cat. Where my parents-in-law went to go look at like a rental property that they were looking at, and there was a cat there. This is out in like snowy area, like freezing cold area. And there was a cat in that apartment complex that had been living outside for a year since the last owners had left, right? And my parents-in-law felt so bad for this cat. They went and picked it up, and they took it with them. People had been feeding it, but it had been living in the snow for like a year. So they brought him to my house. The dude was like scared for a day, and then he just took over the whole place. He's awesome. We named him Mochi because my kids love that movie Big Hero 6, and in the movie, that's the name of the cat. And so we had this cat, Mochi. He was just a freaking beefy boy. He was, I want to say he was like almost 25 pounds, just a total chunk. But what he used to do was he would go outside. We let him outside, of course. I mean, this guy had literally like lived on his own for a year. So he was an outside cat and an inside cat. Like the most loving cat ever. He was so happy he got rescued. But he would just bring us just full on like decapitated rats and stuff all the time, and he didn't, a lot of people are like, yeah, my cat brings me stuff like to the doorstep or whatever. It was not the doorstep. He would like bring it into our bedroom and like put it there and be super stoked on it. It would be half of a like chewed up rat. It's just disgusting. Sometimes he would bring it in and it was totally alive, and my wife and I would be sleeping, and then we would just hear this like mouse like tweaking out at 3 a.m. because he's getting chased, and thrown around by this cat who's pumped on it, because this is part of the way the cat like survived. You can't get mad at him. He would be dead if he had not learned how to like jack up all these mice and stuff. But anyway, Mochi was a really, really good boy. He passed away 2 years ago or a year ago. Super sad. I love that dude. He was amazing. We used to call him Ron Swanson because he just didn't give two shits about anything. Mochi was the best cat. And yeah, he would have taken down all these rats and whipped ass on all the cats in this game. Probably a few of the dogs. Mochi was incredible. So rest in peace, buddy. I love you very much. But yeah, getting rats put, in your room at 3 a.m. was not the best way to get good night's sleep. Here goes Rat 128. This is so fast and so good, so easy, so mellow. I can't highly recommend anything that I'm doing. If you want to play Old Man mode, there's probably something wrong with you. You could try it and see, but there'll be parts where you just be like, this is just not my favorite game mode. It's good for me. I like it. Like I said, I'm getting old and my patience level's going up, and I like things to be nice and chill. And this experiment I'm super interested in, but it might be one of those experiments you only find out once. And just be like, okay, well, that guy did that, and now I don't ever have to think about it again, if you ever thought about it in the first place. But I would say rats are... Yeah, don't hit that guy. Rats are really, really chill. These are good. Yeah, this is like pretty simple training right here. So, having fun. Yeah, there's a beginner scroll from Rats. So one thing I was thinking about for this account, which I think would have been really cool, I probably should have done it from the beginning, is what I should have done is I should have said you can stack up beginner clues or caskets. You're allowed to do the clues, but you can't open them until the next decade, which would have like just built this like big fat stack of clue caskets, which would make everybody excited. Even though my content sucks, my jokes are bad, they'd be like, well, cool, like maybe this guy will get something neat from all the clues that he gets. But I didn't do that, which sucks. And so one of the things I'm thinking about maybe incorporating is, once I get a couple of the like important items, I'll let myself do the clues right away, especially with beginners. One of the things I was thinking about is I need like a bow. I need a bow. I have figured out how to get a crossbow. I don't have that many arrows yet, but I think I'll stack up more arrows. But I need a bow. So like once I get a bow in the next decade, then I just start stacking. Clues, and maybe I open them all at the end of the decade. And hopefully by the end of the decade, I've like gotten enough that it's an interesting, it would make an interesting episode to sit there and see what, I don't know, 10 levels worth of monsters was worth in terms of clue caskets. So the other thing I was matching up with that, which I don't know if it makes sense or not, is I can't do all the beginner clues now anyway. So I've probably gotten like 10 or 12. I could probably count. Yeah, I haven't got that many clues. Like, it wouldn't be like amazing if I did it anyway. But I couldn't do them all anyway. Like, there's a bunch of Charlie the Tramp ones that require skills that I may or may not have. I know for sure, like, one of them was like making like leather chaps and stuff, or leather, items, and I don't even have needle and thread. So anyway, something I was thinking about. I'm trying to figure out a way to make it more fun. I think stacking up clues would be a good way to do it. And so, yeah, I think at the very least, one thing I'll do is with clues that are lower than the ones that I'm able to do, or the ones that I'm looking for to get equipment upgrades, those clues I will probably stack them up. And then at the end of the decade, I'll just have a big clue opening and casket opening and see what comes off of there. But yeah, anyway, that's a little bit of the internal workings of Ole Man mode here, and what I'm thinking about to try to provide some entertainment for the future. Oh, here is a sad day. This is giant rat number 256. That is a bummer. So I would say cows are still my favorite, but there's just no substitute for killing a bunch of one-shottable stuff with enough spawns in a small enough area that is close to a bank. This was like the most efficient monster I've killed by a mile. You could just sit here and get 99 in all your combat skills so easily. But anyway, so yeah, cows had crafting. These guys don't have any crafting XP. I'm gonna hold off on the summary. I'm gonna do frogs and rats together. And I'll explain why in a little while. But yeah, that's 256 rats. So I am super sad to see them go. That was the easiest training group of monsters I have ever done. That might be the easiest group of monsters I've ever done in this game. Like, that was really chill. Okay, here's a fun little thing. This should look okay now. I recorded a video earlier and I tried to do the whole thing at once. It looked terrible. And then I zoomed it in too far and that looked terrible too. But anyway, here's the loot tracker for Runelight, which this always breaks usually in my main game, and then it resets itself and it's never good. But this actually looks like know what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I said I was going to do. But yeah, giant rats up there, and seagulls, and there's some cows. Like, apparently I killed too many cows, which it sounds like me. Usually it's because I dropped something, I didn't have an even number, and then I tweaked out and was like, I gotta get the right number in the bank. Oh, I forgot to pick something up. And then there's the Highwayman, there's the goblins plus the Slayer task down here. Let me keep scrolling. You've got men. Yeah, I can't show you the whole thing. I don't even know how to do this. Yeah. So I got men, and there's some imps. Maybe I can move this down. Like, I don't know how to do this, but I wonder if this is moving, like, as I'm videoing. But anyway, then you got chickens and pheasants, and there's Jeff, and, I killed Jeff, and there's, a barbarian. Apparently I got super pissed off, killed a barbarian by accident, but anyway, yeah, the recorder's not working so good, but I just thought this was kind of neat because it's pretty orderly. It looks like it's close to what we were trying to get done. I thought you guys might appreciate it. The big winner right now is imps for cash, and they were worth like 170k, mostly on the Fiendish Ashes and the Mine Talismans, neither of which is sellable. And then the men had like 60 grand of Raynar weeds, but that's it. That's kind of what was in there. So let me take a look at this video, see what it looks like, but I thought you might enjoy that. All right, we made it to frogs. It is a long way to run around that fence, by the way, like a really long way. If I was like a real badass content guy, I could like pull up the bat phone and call Mod Ash and be like, oh man, what if you put like a old man ceremonial, style right here where you could just jump over it, celebrate the fact that I'm old and can't get over the fence. But I can't do that because I'm not good at that and I don't have the bat phone. So I'm going to try one of these dudes out, the little one, and see what he's all about. Ooh, whoa, he shoots his tongue at you. That's kind of cool. 8 HP, which is not bad. Let's see about the big one. And this guy would probably be able to see him like blast his tongue at you. Whoa, that's funny. That's a cool little animation. A little phallic, but whatever. So this guy can't hit him at all. I should have just paid attention how much damage he takes. If this dude is that hard to hit, I am not killing the big frogs. Because there's no difference, by the way. There's absolutely no difference. They both drop bones, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, it's better training, but, you know, it takes longer to kill. I don't know. Maybe I'll mix it up a little bit. It creates 2 different loot trackers, which is annoying. I think I should just stick to the little guys. And then in my, you know, my loot tracker won't look so funky. Wow, the little guys are really little. The big guys are, I mean, the middle guys are actually bigger than they look. Anyway, I'll probably stick to the little guys fast. I'm just here to clean them up, get them done, and then move on. So yeah, we'll check back in if we get a level. Might get a strengthy guy on the way to finishing these. But the banking situation is a little lame. It looks like I definitely want to go around this way and then get to the bank somehow. But because walking the other way is a bad idea, I'll tell you that right now. There's not a critical mass of these guys either, which is annoying. There's enough of the level 10s. I don't know. I'll figure this out, but I don't want to gunk up my loot tracker for no reason because it was actually looking kind of clean there for a second. I hope you agree with me, despite the fact that I don't apparently know how to like record. I don't know how to record like the, you know, I can't record like different parts of my screen. So maybe I'll research that at some point. Right next to providing good content and having any kind of professionalism and a better microphone, which, you know, those are all on my list. Just don't know if those are achievable for... There's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. I think you're missing a couple letters there, buddy. He's cooking. I've never seen anyone cooking here. Why would that guy be cooking here? That's weird. Okay, whatever. He's cooking there. That's cool. I think an imp just disappeared next to me. Oh no, it's a strange plant. It's coming. I can see it. It's coming. Strange plant. I saw that poof and I thought it was an imp just bailed next to me. But anyway, I get another strange plant. I know you don't want to hear about strange plants again. So yeah, so I am gonna probably kill the little guys. I'll just get that done, and then I'm gonna go around this way to bank, which is a little slow, but anyway, there's the strange plant. I got him. Happy time. Kill some more dudes, and then we'll check back in on levels. Check out this kid right here, okay? Like, this is just noob 1000, right? He's got the colorful, he went to the stronghold, and he's using myth, and he's doing all that stuff. And so, you know, he's basically daring you to call him a noob, and then he just whips out the Temperos pet, and he's like, ha 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 ha, yeah, sure. Who's the noob now? Here's a cool one. I forget which like type of guy, I think it's like Iron Man or something, is allowed to like put stuff on tables, and then, you know, basically they put it on a table, it stays there for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. I can't remember what it is, but then it just becomes available to anybody to grab it. And so I think some dude thought he was parking his stuff here, maybe. He's parking his stuff here and he's going to come get it later, but something must have happened to the dude, because now it looks like anybody could grab it. So I can't grab it. I'm 99% sure. And I also believe that if I could grab it, I would screw the other guy over, because then he can't grab it again, is what I remember. But so wondering where this guy is and why he left his trimmed amulet here. Maybe he didn't care. Maybe he just thinks it's funny, or maybe he's trying to hook somebody up. But there is a Amulet of Magic right here. This guy don't care. He's like, I'm just going down to the bank. He doesn't care. The cook doesn't care, apparently. He's not into magic. This one's trimmed. It's a cool little deal. She don't care. She's running out the door. Nope, she's not running out the door. She's coming back, and she took it. Basemio, you level 3 evil human being. You just stole someone's amulet. That's so mean. Bye, Basemio. You take someone's stuff. Either that was a gift that was intended to be in your hands, or you are a horrible person who stole something. But not a bot, I don't think, because I think, you know, that would take some creative bot, writing to, you know, have it recognize something sitting on a table and just be like, you know, go get that. Although I wouldn't put it past any of these bot writers. But anyway, Boss Mio, congratulations on your new Amulet of Magic trimmed. And, you know, whoever put that on the table, either you're a really nice person, or I feel bad for you that you just got yoinked. So, yeah, that was weird. Anyway, I don't even remember why was I talking about this? I don't know. I saw it, and it was strange, and I saw it there, and I don't know. I was trying to be nice and give it to whoever the person was. But, you know, level 3 yoinkage, that's what happens. I hope she uses it and it helps her to become more magical. Nice work. Trying to see whether or not I'm funny again and review the last video after I recorded it, and I missed both 46 strength and 150 total. So nice work. I knew that was coming because I left it with 1 to go. I didn't know the 150 was coming. I'm not like a big total level person. When people celebrate it, it feels like it's kind of like in service of they're trying to get somewhere. You know, like it is progress, and progress is good, right? But there's more specific progress mostly in most of these places. So total level doesn't do anything for me. There's only 1 total level. I think I don't know. I got above 1750 on one of my guys. My original guy was over 2000, but that's not even old school anymore. That's like RS3 or whatever. I never touched that account ever again. Not an RS3 fan. I hate to tell you, I feel like that's kind of where things went wrong. That's where I took a big break from the game. I felt like things were just getting weird, and they were trying to compete with like a niche of MMORPGs that they didn't need to, as evidenced by the fact that then OSRS came back and was like super popular, because this was like the best thing that ever happened to RuneScape, was like this mode and all this stuff, you know. So anyway, so yeah, total levels don't stoke me out that much. 2200, I could see it because you have less chance of getting like messed with because there's less people in there. You know, 1752K, kind of the same thing. You know, PKers will find you anywhere. You could think you're all cool because you're rolling around 2200, and then like Torvesta comes like running around the corner. So you're not safe anywhere from PKers, even in 2200. I think 2200 would be the only one I'd like really, really, really care about, because I feel like you just have less of a chance of getting smoked. But that's where the richest, like highest profile people are, and so there's a reason why like Torvesta and these other PKers like go there and just jack people up, because they're starting to feel safe, and then that's when you lose everything. So, yeah. Anyway, I missed the level. Some of my items can't be stored in the bank. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Anyway, yeah. 46 strength, 150 total. Huh. I am getting an inordinate amount of beginner scrolls from little baby frogs. So maybe I will do a little research on that one. I still don't have my keyboard plugged in, so I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the hop around wiki game and see if I can get to frogs. I don't even know where I left the wiki or how hard it's gonna be, but you know, if I do something clever, I'll let you know how I got back to, you know, tiny frogs. Yeah, maybe they have a really good drop rate. That would be kind of neat. You can just come here and, I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not like you're going to be barraging them in multi and that, you know, it's that fast. But, you know, hey, these are 8 HP, so, you know, pretty soon you can just one-shot them. Well, the other thing I could do is, oh, look at that, your mom. That's pretty funny. I just got drive-by mommed. I think it was him. I can't tell. There's a guy running, and then I'll see him again, because that was the guy that was cooking. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, so I was hopping around the wiki like an idiot, and the HP level I'd been focusing on for the last, like, I don't know, 10, 15 kills came and went. I missed it. That makes me good at content creation. I can be like everybody else. Oh, I missed a level. But anyway, I have 36 hit points, 46 strength. I'm getting super buffed. I'm awesome. Also, your mom. Thank you, Brandon SL. I'm Brandon SL. I think there's a space in there. So that's good job. You're missing an apostrophe, Brandon. Anyway, so yeah, that's the update right now, 36 HP. Cool, my redemption may be at hand on the wiki. I am looking up Frog, and it's level 5. It says Lumbridge. There's 45 in Lumbridge Swamp. There's 45 of them, level 5. And it does not mention a beginner clue drop. And I've just seen it happen lots of times. I got some loot tracker to back it up. I've gotten 3 beginners in 100 kills. So yeah, cool. This might need to be updated. Level 5, combat level 5. That's this guy right here, this little dude. Hello. Level 5. It says Lumbridge Swamp. Yes, I finally found something. The wiki needs to be updated. I am a true content creator and not just someone with poor reading comprehension. So anyway, I don't know the answer, and I don't know what the odds are, or the you know the drop rate is of beginner clues for little tiny frogs. I don't know that we're gonna hide a beginner clue. Like, how would a beginner clue come out of here It's bigger than the entire frog. So that's weird. I don't know. Maybe he's got it strapped to like his stomach or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So I think the wiki needs an update that says that these guys drop beginner clue scrolls. I don't know. You can comment about whether I'm reading something incorrectly again. I just figured out what the wiki equivalent of Kevin Bacon is, at least for like monsters. So you can actually click on bones, and I don't know how this is possibly a comprehensive list, but if you click on the word bones on the wiki, it theoretically is showing you everything that drops bones. So that covers a lot of stuff. It doesn't cover big bones, dragon bones, stuff that doesn't drop bones, but that's a lot of stuff that drops bones. So that I think is going to be my anchor for hopping around the wiki with no keyboard. Not that you ever needed to know that. The whole reason why I was even doing that was I was trying to get to Minotaurs, and the reason I was getting to Minotaurs is Minotaurs are supposed to be a really, really good clue dropper, and maybe the reason they get that reputation is because of the easies and not just the beginners. But they are one for 60 on beginners, and right now my guys are running at like 1 out of 35 or something, but that is absolute small sample potential error. So I'm not going to say this is scientific, but I am curious to see if I keep getting a bunch of beginner clues from these little frogs at like a decent rate. Will not be enough to be, scientific, but they're not on the wiki, so you can't know whether they're a good dropper or not. Of course, it's cooling out. It's cooling down as soon as I start mentioning it, but I wasted all my run too. These guys are also actually putting a little tiny bit of hurt on me, which is weird. Level 5 is pretty low. But yeah, my HP is just slowly going down. So anyway, I'll update back on both those things. But yeah, maybe the reason Minotaurs are so good is because you get the easy and the clue. The easy and the beginner. Cool, just passed 128 frogs. I'm on 129 now. I am halfway done with froggies. This is definitely not as fast as rats. Definitely not as fast. It's fast because I'm only getting bones, and there are three of them that are in a pretty close little tight space. So the walk's not that bad. So this is fast. Doesn't feel that fast. I don't know why it doesn't feel that fast. But yeah, frogs are going well. They are kicking my ass a little bit, which is weird. I wonder if there's anybody who like heals you for free in Lumbridge. I don't think so. I think the church is not the same thing as monks. There is a lady in Al Kharid. There's a nurse by the duel arena, like to the north side of the duel arena. She'll heal you 100%. That's what I thought the monks were gonna do, but they don't, because I guess they're not as powerful as someone with modern technology. But anyway, I could walk over there if I really, really, really wanted free healing. Which I guess if I get like down to like 3 or 4 HP, maybe I'll just cruise over there. That would cost me 10 of my GP. Which next decade and in a little while that'll just feel like a joke. But right now it just kind of sucks to have to give up any GP because I don't have a lot of GP. But anyway, I could give up 10 of my GP and I could go boogie over there. And then get healed by that person, or I could sit around and do nothing. This guy I do not believe will heal me. He's like, you can have prayer or you can have health, but you can't get both. And here we give out prayer. So I'd deal with it. The other thing I do is just take a break or, sit here and talk for 10 hours about nothing. I was going to tell you guys something that I cannot now remember what it is. Whoa, flute salad down here. I guess music can just play anywhere, maybe. Like, if you unlocked it, like, there you go. Tough, you know what. It can play anytime, so. A little flute salad banging in the background here. I wish I could remember what I was going to tell you guys. I can't. So, we'll leave it at that. The healing thing, just, I don't know, play it by ear and see how we do. I've lost 20 HP. At least, minimum 20 HP by killing half these guys, so got another half to go. We'll keep you updated on levels and everything, assuming I don't miss them like I always do. Cool. Of course, the second I mentioned anything about beginner clues, I have not gotten a single one in 50 frogs, so yeah, maybe not. I might have been barking up the wrong tree. I also shouldn't have put that out there. Well, decision time is rapidly approaching. I am down to 5 HP. A bunch of options here. You can cook food for the first time on the account, which I don't want to do. You can let yourself die, which Death's Domain is right here. It's on the other side of this fence. So that would be pretty easy, and I could get everything back. It says that I keep my lamps, which that would be the only thing I'd actually be afraid of. Haven't died on this account yet, which I got really close a couple times, including 1 HP. But I'm not as crazy about dying as some people are, like with the hardcore, and even the guys who are hardcore, and then they say when they're doing a series, they say, "Well, it doesn't matter if we lose our hardcore, we'll keep going." But then they get all bummed when they lose their hardcore, which I feel like is just them protecting themselves sometimes. But so. Yeah, so I gotta decide what I want to do, or I can go see the nurse, or I could walk to Edgeville, go see the monks again, or I could research alternative methods, holistic style, and figure out if there's anybody else who wants to heal me. I'm down to 3 HP now. I know you guys can read. I'm down to 2 HP now. Decision could get made for me because I'm not gonna run away from a frog. I refuse to run from a frog. That's 1 HP. This is the end right here. Send me to Death's Domain one time, little boy. Come on. Me and you. Death's Domain. Do it. Killed by a frog, folks. That's what happened. And they make you come here and talk to teacher. You have died, as all mortals do. Yeah, that's true. Suffer the loss of items on this occasion. I brought you here to explain blah, 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 how it works. I lost items. Can I get them back? Yeah, let me explain. When you die, I drop gravestone. You can go there. Should be marked by blah. Small fee. 15 minutes. Gravestone will collapse. Anything in it. I can do it without a time limit. How long do I have to... How do I pay gravestone if they... I think I'm done here. Will he let me go? Nope. We have more topics to cover. Okay, Okay, I'll talk to you again because you're not going to let me out. We have more topics to cover. So, okay, how do I pay a gravestone fee? Wow, this sucks. Okay, yeah. Oh, thanks. He's got to show me pictures. Nope, he will not let me out again. I do have my lamps, and I have the growth on my head, which came off for a second, but now it's back on, so I'm normal again. I got to do them all. How long do I have to return my gravestone? 15 minutes. Timer, blah, blah, blah. Gravestone will collapse. Oh, I didn't push that. No, I didn't push that. I'm just kidding. I don't think we're done here. We still... Yeah, I know. How do I know what will happen to my items when I die? As many worn items, blah, blah, blah. Items keep on death. Okay, I'm done. Okay, 15 minutes once I leave, so I'm going to leave. So, yeah, well, cool. That was it, man. I died to a baby frog, which is really weird. But if it was one of those poison dart frogs that I learned about in Diego when my kids were younger and from Dora the Exploradora, then those things are pretty poisonous. Although they never really talked about that in Diego. They talked about the red-eyed tree frog, which... the red-eyed tree frog, there's nothing wrong with it. You can just hang out with it and, good buddies. But yeah, so yeah, that was brutal, but free healing, which is cool. So look at this, free to reclaim, fee paid. I get all my stuff back, woo! And then I put on this, and this, and I am all of a sudden the man again. Oh, and I get, are those my bones? Oh, yes, free XP. Sweet, those are my bones. That's awesome. So I get an extra bone out of it. And then come back here and just, oh, it's the same dude. He's going down. But yeah, that was good. Oh, and Rick's stoking me out because Rick's here because I deserve it, because he feels bad for me. I died. I'm once again the victim of crime, which finally, this is actually kind of appropriate, by the way. I just got killed, so I was murdered by a frog, so I am the victim of crime. Thank you for the 160 gold, Rick. And I can keep banging away. This is probably the best place on Earth, or Gillinor, if that's what you prefer. This is probably the best place ever, and the best time ever to get killed by something. Literally had to walk 10 feet, and I got free healing. So, if you want to know what my choice was, I was going to walk over to the nurse in search of both content and healing. But I was going to walk over to the nurse. I haven't been in there in a while. I'd like to just see how it all works. I can't remember. There's one of the guys has like blood all over the table, and it looks all weird. And I think there's body parts, and he's like sawing you up. That's the guy who, I think that dude is up by where the clan cup is. By the way, in the old RuneScape, they had these like weird sandworms that used to be there. I feel like this is like a dream that I had. Oh, why am I killing this guy if I can't even pick up his stuff? I feel like it's a dream I had, but they used to have these weird sandworm things where like, I I think you'd like hit them when they were down, and then you had to range them when they're up. Or I can't remember, but anyway, I remember doing that a little bit, and that's that was part of like when things just got weird. Is you used to go up to where the clan cup stuff is now, and those. What the hell is that? What the hell? Is that a dude with like a enhanced Sarah sword running around with Easter stuff on? Okay, whatever. Yeah, in RuneScape, the other RuneScape, they had these weird sandworm things, and people wanted to kill them. They had some kind of loot. I can't remember what it was that was good. And they would pop up out of the sand or something. You had to be decent high level to kill them, I guess. Maybe it was a Slayer. I don't remember. But anyway, the whole thing literally feels like some kind of like peyote dream because I'm not real clear on the details. I don't remember it that well. I don't remember why I was there. And I remember a lot of stuff about RuneScape, the original game. But yeah, anyway, that's where the weird looking, the weird looking hill giants are up there by the Clan Cup. And then there's a guy, I think there's a guy up there who like was like operating on people, or maybe I'm thinking about it before they moved Clan Wars off of that area, because you used to be able to just teleport straight to Clan Wars. I don't remember how you teleported, and you would walk into the portal and out of the portal, and it would heal. All of you know this, by the way. This just happened. This was like 2 years ago or a year ago. 2 years ago, before they moved to Fearox and did the Fearox Enclave. You just walk in and out of the thing, and it would heal you. And there was a guy there, I think, who was like a dude with like, was cutting people's arms off and stuff. But I don't know if he's still there or not, but whatever. But anyway, the lady at the duel arena, I can't remember if she's got, body parts everywhere and there's blood and everything. But I was going to go cruise over there and check her out. But getting killed by a frog was highly efficient. I didn't lose anything. Yeah, I got all the way healed back up. So thanks, Froggy, for killing me. That was an epic battle. Last time I had an epic battle, I won. This time I had an epic battle with 1 HP, I lost. So I'm 50-50 right now. My KD is 50-50. 1 out of 2 on epic 1 HP battles. Hopefully many more to come. And here we go. Assuming this guy doesn't hit me for 18. This is the last frog that we are going to kill. This is number 256 right here. Although I did kill a big frog. And I was killed, so, you could have put some kind of punishment, like, you have to kill more or whatever. But, nope, that's it. We are done with frogs and with rats. By the way, I never got another beginner clue. So apparently the first rule about clue clubs, you don't talk about clue club. Yeah, so we're done with rats. We are done with froggies. I'm going to do a little combo reveal on what they dropped and everything else. Again, it's not super surprising. But yeah, let's go take a look at that, and then we can move on. All right, that's it for both rats and frogs. Thanks for letting me do the double kill there in between. So I put them together partially because I couldn't think of anything funny to say about rats. I was thinking about trying to like pick somebody and make fun of them, but I think making fun of like other content guys is probably not a good idea. I was gonna pick Ditter because everybody seems to like make fun or is mean to Ditter, but I don't know Ditter. He's probably a really nice guy. I don't know why people get on him so much. He's kind of cocky, which is cool. I was watching Gillinor games, and him and Torvest together is just a train wreck. It's just so bad. And then, but anytime anybody had to fight them, it was over instantly. So, yeah, but anyway, I couldn't figure out anything to say funny for rat. So I figured what I would do instead of that is just put the rats and the frogs together like my old G.I. Joe figures and have them make out. So anyway, rats and frogs were great, except one of them killed me. And he was really small too. It was a mean frog. I think he's poisonous and he's cheating, but whatever. Rats and frogs, pretty quick little task there. 512 bones between the two of them. Those bones, together with all the other bones we have so far, we're over 2,000 bones at this point. If we could use them all in the Chaos Altar without losing any, that would take us above 45, along with the Ensouled Heads and the Fiendish Ashes that we have. And then we got another 256 cookable rat meats. So that, along with cows and chickens, takes us up to a potential of getting all the way up to like 35 cooking. But that's if we weren't to burn. We didn't burn any, which I'm sure we would burn some along the way. But anyway, so great progress on cooking, great progress on prayer. In terms of experience and levels, I got 2 of each. I got 2 strength levels. I went from 44 to 46. and hit points went from 34 to 36. So that was pretty enjoyable. That was pretty chill. It was sad that my guy got killed by a tiny frog, which is funny. Bank value's up to 655. I only went up 160 gold for both of these tasks, and it came from when Rick Turpentine took pity on me for dying to something that was as small as my hand. But anyway, so we will keep plugging along, and we'll see who is next. Well, I have made it to the next spot after handing off the task of finding the optimal snake killing spot, which is what we're going to be doing right now, to my analytics team. They came back with this location. The one bummer about snakes in general is I believe I'm going to put another set of snakes on the next decade, which is kind of lame. I'll just ruin it right now. Hoop snakes drop snake skin, which I can then get tanned and turned into snake skin armor for ranging. I think the way that the clues lay out, one of the problems is to make all the snake skin, you got to get to 51 crafting. So, yeah, by the time you get into that decade, there'll be some other stuff available. Green D'hide is higher. I won't have any problem doing Dragon Slayer. Green D'hide is higher than that. The whole thing will, all of my decisions on range will become obsolete once I can do hard clues, because I can just bang until I get black D'hide. And that's in the 60 to 70, that's in the 60 to 70, 60 to 70 decade. 60 to 80 is the monsters, but 60 to 70 skills. Once I get to 70, obviously I can wear black D'hide, which honestly, I think I will probably go straight from like snakeskin to black. I can't remember if there's a way to get green, blue, or red. Maybe you can get blue from mediums. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, I've been thinking a little bit about range. I think from studded body to which I don't think I can make, by the way, because I think you have to smith something and you have to craft something and then put them together, which is even more XP. So. But anyway, from like leather to snakeskin is probably the move. The problem is I can't even get to snakeskin. The initial pieces, non-chaps, non-body. Although I think I can maybe make chaps at 50. And the way the decades go, it's from like 41 to 50 basically. So I can probably make them in that decade. But everything but body, I don't even get until the 4th decade. So I think I'm going to be rolling with some lame range gear for a while. Assuming, obviously, that I know I can get a bow. I know how to get a crossbow the next decade. But assuming I can get a bow from a clue, which is how I think I'm going to have to do it, then I'm going to be rolling with, like, leather range gear for a while, unless there's a clue thing that I haven't thought about. In mediums or easies. There probably is. But anyway, So yeah, I just thought it's kind of lame not to kill snakes in this decade, because they are part of this decade. This is the best spot. I'm in Karamja, obviously, kind of on the south part. The volcano's over here. Musa Point or whatever is over there. This is Musa Point, I guess. But the rum deal and all that stuff is over to the right here. No, rum deal is Mauritania, man. My brain is not on. I just woke up. Anyway, that Karamja quest the access is over on the right over here, where you can actually, get stuff back and forth. It's Pirate's Treasure, okay? It's Port Sarim, it's not Ardoin. I have no brain. Anyway, so Pirate's Treasure, I think, is over here. I think that's how it works. You give him some booze, and then he gives you an X marks the spot or something. I don't remember. Anyway, we'll have to do that at some point. But what I think here is the most efficient for all the snakes I was looking at. There's a bunch like south of here, and there's a bunch actually west of here. I think the fastest way to do that, there are 4 of them here. They only drop bones, so that's good. They only drop bones. And then I can go over to Tizar area, which I already went to, by the way. I already went to the Tizar area because I used a minigame teleport to get over here rather than walking, to Helen Gone. So I can go into Tizar and then use the bank over there to bank. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's not going to be the worst thing I've had to do in the game, by the way, not in life. Someday we'll probably talk about the worst thing I've ever had to do in life. But one of the cool things is I got an amazing track unlocked when I was walking through. And it's not sea shanty. Okay, it's called In the Pits. Okay, this is action-packed. Are you ready for this? Listen. Oh, just listen. It is so good. I don't know what instrument I would use to play this. Oh my god, but it's awesome. I mean, this is just so good. And you all know it, because this is, I think, what gets played when you fight Jad, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember that. I was too busy concentrating when I first started Jad, because I sucked at it and I died a bunch of times. I, like, kind of should be excused for that, because that's back when, like, bolt racks were the meta. But anyway, this is a great song. This is the most exciting song I have unlocked by a mile. So if you hear a bunch of this, it's because I'm trying to get some energy going for killing 256 snakes. I might just leave this on. It's just so cool. Doesn't match the excitement of the content that we're doing. Man, I need to shut up. That's 5.5 minutes, and I didn't say anything. But anyway, we are here. We're doing snakes. I don't think there's going to be a lot of updates. I'll try to zoom through this as quickly as I can, and then we can move on to something else. But good tunage. You know, we're on a happy little island here. There's monkeys running around. I didn't put monkeys in the first decade. I don't know why. I will fess up here and tell you that I killed one of these dudes just to see what it dropped, because I know you need like a monkey carcass, but I think it's only when you're doing the stupid Taibo Wane trio, and you got to bring that guy, that Sando. He is a putz, by the way. In fact, I would blow up all of Cairn Island if I could. That whole place just sucks. You fall off the bridge, and there's a Sarah Wizard there. And I think it's for Shiloh Village, you know, where you got to go down in there, and that's a pain in the ass too. Cairn Island is just crappy. By the way, nobody probably ever would know this on Earth, but if you are a weirdo and you like to do your fairy rings manually, which I do sometimes, I don't know why, I'm like addicted to it. CKR, which is the one by Cairn Island and the Horned Groks and Karamwanjis, and the nature, the nature altar, that is the one that is the most number of clicks from the starting spot. CKR is literally at the very top, and you have to click each one twice to get it to come down, and sometimes you click the wrong direction and it goes the wrong way, and so it's more clicks. There's nothing good going on in Cairn Island. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Carn Island, probably Carn. I know there's Aussie, like, there's a whole town called, now I'm going to mispronounce it to the entire country of Australia, which is super offensive, but Carn Island sucks. It sucks. Like I said, I would blow it up if I could. Now we're up to 7 minutes of me talking about nothing. I apologize. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm tired. I'm going to get some more coffee before I start killing these dudes. Otherwise, I'll probably stab myself in the leg. Let's get going. That's enough of that. All right, I had a little coffee. I realized calling it T-Zar could be triggering, so Tazar, I don't know how everybody else calls it, and it is definitely Pirate's Treasure that I was thinking about, which starts in Port Sarim. It does not start in Ardoyne or Mauritania, more importantly. But anyway, let's get going. I was looking at this myself, wondering where the hell I got 5 GP from. It didn't come from a monkey. I believe that this is where, I sold the strength 2-doser to the shop, gave me 5 GP, so we'll add that to the kitty. Whoa, that's a monkey. Don't kill the monkey, please. God, man, I'm a spaz. Monkey is after me. Monkey's mad. Monkey madness. Whoa, get the... Jesus Christ. He's gonna kick me off the whole island. Anyway, yeah, 5 GP came from selling a potion, I believe, that I got from Dr. Jack. Is he running back to where he... God damn. No wonder I didn't put him on the kill list. Pros and cons of killing snakes here real quick. I guess pros are... They only drop one thing, which means I only gotta fill up this inventory 10 times. I got 5 XP here for a level, so we'll get to catch that, I guess, together. So let's see the magic happen on that first. There we go. 47 strength, perfectly hidden behind both this tree and a hillside. The cons on killing these guys, couple. Oh, the other pro is they're pretty easy. Not getting my ass kicked like taking on the almighty frog. But they only have 6 HP, which is not great training, or it's quick. Is the pro. Con is that it's also not very good training. The real con on this one is these things are like under this canopy. They are green-brown, which everything here is green-brown. They're hard to see. I can't just go on yellow dots. That is very fashionable, my friend. You're looking very zammy today. Have a zammy evil day. They're green-brown, which means they're hard to see. There's just these things all in the way, and all the yellow dots, you can't trust them. There's a scorpion, but you can't trust them because a lot of them are monkeys, and then they freak out, and then they chase you for 30 miles. But yeah, so yeah, I'd put this one in the medium to medium extra annoying. But we'll see. We'll just and you have to run around a lot to get them. They kind of move quick, and they're a little bit spread out, and so I'm wiping out my run energy. There's one in here, like, somewhere, I bet, and I can't even, like, look at that. There's a yellow dot right over here. See, he's down there. This is not so fun. Like, this is not as cool as it should be. Good job by the game developers, because, if you're gonna make a snake, which most people, they're not into snakes. If you ever watched that movie King Arthur, or whatever he called it, the Guy Ritchie version, which got panned, by the way. Just absolutely panned. People did not like King Arthur. I thought it was awesome. Despite the fact the final fight scenes looked like Infinity Blade. But King Arthur, the witch lady, who I also thought was cool, she was a mage in that movie. Or Merlin had sent her, apparently, which didn't make a lot of sense. But she was cool. She could take over, like, animals and stuff. The one thing that was just completely whack about that movie, and if it really was as bad as everybody says, then nobody's going to get all these references I'm talking about, which means you're going to be like, what the hell? But anyway, the one thing that was completely whack about that movie, she was super cool. At the end of it, she takes over like a snake, like she mind controls a snake, and it's a normal snake, whatever, and it almost bites Jude Law, who's cool as Vortigern. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's pretty evil, and he kind of descends into madness. And I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but whatever. But so she sends the snake to kill him, and then he uses Excalibur to chop its head off. And there are lots of scenes where, like, people die and all this terrible stuff happens, and she kind of helps out, but not really a lot. But anyway, cuts the snake's head off that she sent to bite him, which one bite wasn't going to do it anyway. And the snake looked like a constricting snake, so if it bit him, it probably wasn't poisonous. So I'm not really sure where they were going with all that. Whoa, you're not going to see this part. Anyway, so she sends a snake. It's going to bite him, which I don't think would do anything unless it's like a just kind of fancy snake. By the way, I don't think there are any snakes in England in general, and I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be England because it's, it's King Arthur. But anyway, so she sends the snake to bite him. He chops its head off with Excalibur. Then he gets wedged into the column that the snake was trying to bite him from, which is kind of cool and neat because he can't take it back out. That's kind of neat. It's stuck in the stone again, which I thought that was cool. But then all of a sudden, this really cool music plays. And like this gigantic 100-foot snake comes out that's just massive and like kills everybody. Like, if she was physically capable of doing that, like, she should have just done it at the beginning, and she could have killed everybody, and the movie would have been over, and he would have been, King Arthur. So there's a little plot hole there. I don't know. They didn't even explain it. There's plot holes all over it, but I totally enjoyed the movie anyway, and everybody else didn't like it. So I just wanted to say I thought it was really cool. But yeah, so yeah. Snakes, King Arthur, snakes. I don't even remember why I started talking about this. Anyway, I like that movie, King Arthur. I think it's worth a watch. It's good, mindless entertainment. I thought it was funny. David Beckham's in the movie. I don't know if you'll spot him in there. He's in the movie, which is kind of neat. Jimon Hunsu is in the movie, who some of you, the youngest of you, will know him as the Ronin's lackey in his start was Ronin's lackey in Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's the guy that shows up in the first world when Quill is getting the Infinity Gem that's hidden inside that thing he's trying to sell to the collector. And Jimon Hunsu comes in. He's the guy that's he says Star-Lord who, blah, 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 whatever. But Jimon Hunsu is like an amazing actor. He's done so many things. He was in the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe. He's an awesome actor. He's total badass. He was also in Constantine. I'm going down to the super nerd. Whoa, what the hell am I doing? Sorry. He was in Constantine, which is another nerdy, sci-fi kind of fantasy movie. I mean, kind of sets a theme now with what the old man liked to watch when he was a kid, or younger, not a kid. The old man was never a kid. Old man was born 6'2", fully formed with a beard, full head of hair. But anyway, he was also in Constantine. He was a really cool guy in Constantine. He's like a voodoo dude who treats with devils, and he's neutral territory or something, whatever. Anyway, this is going on and on and on. Some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you will just be like, what the hell happened? Old Man is exploding right now because he had 1 cup of coffee. But yeah, snakes, King Arthur, Jimon Hunsu. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the mind plays tricks on itself when you have to do something weird and boring. This is how I keep myself occupied. Thanks for listening, ? Jesus, I just went back and watched that whole diatribe about all that stuff and everything. The way that started was, excuse my throat here, like I said, I just woke up. The way that entire, digression started was, I was talking about how people don't like snakes. In the movie, the mage, let me keep my brain in one place. In the movie, the mage casts a spell and gets and bites Charlie Hunnam, who's King Arthur, bites, summons a snake, comes out of her sleeve or his sleeve, I can't remember what, summons a snake, a little one, goes around his neck, and he says, and it's going to bite him, and he says, I don't like snakes, and she literally looks at him and goes, nobody likes snakes. But that's how this all started. But then now I got to tell you about the other part that's really cool, is so it bites him, it injects him with some poison that allows him to see, the spirit world or something, whatever, and then this really cool scene comes in where they play this crazy song about, it's like a Scottish or Irish song or whatever, and he's tripping out. You can tell the dude has done some extracurriculars in his life because he's acting it pretty good, that he's just flying, and then he starts seeing these ladies come out of the trees, which is a really great scene. There's flavors of that. Anybody's ever watched or read sci-fi or fantasy novels in the past probably has seen something like that, and to see it visualized on a screen was really, really cool. In general, the Old Man's take on all this stuff, crappy, you guys go, oh well, that Marvel movie was crappy, right? You didn't like it. Some people didn't like Eternals, which I haven't seen, but I will see. They didn't like other movies. Let me tell you something. The Old Man lived in an era when none of this was available. Okay, imagine the only way to get any kind of imagination going was to read a book. Okay, we didn't have computers when I started this journey, obviously. And you had to read a book, and you had to use your own brain for everything. And so even the crappy movies that are out there, okay, I've seen the movie Daredevil 50 times, and I'm not talking about any of the remakes they did. I'm talking about the original one with Ben Affleck, Colin Farrell, Jon Favreau, what's her name? What is her name? She played Elektra, and I read the original Elektra series, Frank Miller. Actually, I think I have a copy somewhere because I want it to be really valuable someday. And I watch everything. I watch every movie. I don't care if it's crappy or not crappy. I will throw my dollars at that because I lived in a time when none of that existed, and you got no funding to try to visualize what everybody else thought was just Nerdville. Okay, just nerds look at comic books, nerds look at science fiction, nerds read fantasy. And so it didn't get any of the dollars or attention from Hollywood or anything else. So support your movies. I will tell you this right now. You got to keep... Hollywood is dumb. Hollywood goes on trends. The superhero trend could get cold as soon as it got hot, and then you won't get to see movies like that anymore, and you'll go back to the Dark Ages. I dare you to Google a thing called Condor Man. Condor Man was what I had to grow up with, and yes, that was the lowest of the low budget, and there were higher budget things than that, but there was nothing like the stuff that you guys get nowadays. And if you sit there and say it sucks, I know you guys have your standards and everything, but if you say it sucks, it will go away. It doesn't have to be here forever, and you can go back through the Dark Ages in which, the only way you're going to get any imagination in this world. I hope this is not the case, because there are more nerds than there are cool people. I just want everyone to know that. The Old Man has been a nerd. I've sort of been a cool person from time to time. I kind of bridged both worlds because I had to make money in this life. But I will and always am a nerd at heart, and I'm proud of it. I like it. I think nerds are nicer people than cool people a lot of times. Cool people are kind of jerks. Because being cool is just an artifice. But anyway, so I hope it doesn't go away. I don't want all the nerdy people to ever have to go live in the dark again. And so I support every piece of funky fantasy, sci-fi, or superhero content I can get my hands on. Didn't need to know that, but a little bit more about the old man. I just lulled myself into some kind of hypnotism. That was 37 HP. I would say I was paying attention. I was thinking that I was going to, catch that one, whatever, but I really wasn't. I thought about it like a while ago. Man, this portion of the episode is just getting so funky. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need friends, apparently. Do you want to be my friend, please? So I missed 37 HP. That's cool. I am getting my butt kicked, but one of the weird things about getting my butt kicked by these dudes is I don't think I'm actually getting my butt kicked by these guys that much. When I walk to Tazar Bank to put all the stuff away, I'm getting punched in the face hard by a skeleton with no head. He has amazing accuracy for someone who can't see anything. So I think he just hit me for a 3. So I think that is the guy that's causing me all the pain. I don't want to die to anything over here. I don't think I'm going to, but who knows? Maybe I will. I am almost halfway done with these guys, which has gone by really fast because I am just absolutely, my brain is spinning into infinity. I don't know why this morning. But thinking about a million things that have nothing to do with OSRS or anything else. I don't think there's any way to get healed around here. So I don't want to die. I figure out what I got to do. The old lady and the old man got to make a trip to Costco here at some point. I realize a lot of my references are just very Amero-centric or USA-centric. For anybody who doesn't have Costco or is international, God forbid somebody actually would watch this from another country. I don't know why you would, but if you are, Costco is just like the stereotypical place where Americans just buy things in ridiculous quantities for cheap. It's a little stereotypical with how a lot of other societies view America. But there's Costco, there's Walmart. They're not exactly the same, but different. Costco's not everywhere. Walmart also plays the role of Costco in some areas, and then Target is the other place that is kind of like Costco sometimes, although it has different stuff. But anyway, these giant stores they call big box stores. The old lady and the old man got to go there because the old man's oldest kid turned 18 on Monday, which you don't even know what day it is, so you have no idea what that means. But a couple days ago, old man's kid turned 18, and we are doing a little celebration tomorrow. So we got to go to Costco and get some birthday crap. So I guess if I was, about to die, then I could just, take a little break and go to Bed Bath & Beyond and have a nice little Saturday. But that's another movie reference. I don't think this is the snakes. I think this is, although it's a lot of damage to not just be taken for these dudes hit me for a 1 every once in a while, so I know it's not just that one skeleton just beating me up, but yeah, I think, I don't know, that's about half my HP, and I'm more than halfway done now, because again, I distracted myself. Another 3 minutes of talking. This whole episode is just verbal diarrhea for some reason. I don't know why. I was looking at the content. Maybe this is subconscious. I was looking at the content, and I'm like, dude, this content sucks. There are no drops in, like, everything we're killing this until we get to the end. Until there's nothing we're killing drops anything. It's going to be boring. Everybody's going to get bored. This is the part where people just go, episode 3 or 4, whatever this is, just sucks. I'm done with old man mode, and I'm done with the old man. Assuming you didn't get there on episode 1, which the sound and the content was butt at the beginning, and then the content got better, but the sound still sucked. Sound still sucks right now. I mean, let's just be frank. Or we can be an old man. We can be frank. We can be whoever you want to be. And oh god, why do I do that? I just keep going and keep going, whatever. And so yeah, so for whatever reason, the content sucked, and so I think I'm like overcompensating. By just talking about anything that's happening. Like, somehow you would be interested in that. I feel like the series is going towards, like, I don't know, I'm going to attract, like, 5 really weird people who are into this. Into me talking about random crap. I don't know why anyone would want to listen to me just sit here and talk. This is a RuneScape series. I don't talk about anything but RuneScape. But the early levels of old man mode are not the easiest thing to do from an interest standpoint. So I'm trying to entertain myself And, you know, leaving the microphone running while doing that, I don't know, could be bad. But anyway, the first section of this episode is 50 minutes long, and I didn't kill anything, like, worthwhile. I did die, I thought that was the best piece of the content, is when I got killed. But anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, pick up those old bones. I don't know what I'm doing. I hope you guys watch this and you're not just completely, you know, just done with me by this point. And maybe I'll try to shave this whole thing down, so it's not 2 hours. The first two were an hour and a half, and they had better content than this one, and then this one is just spiraling into infinity. So, I don't know what to do. Hopefully someone thinks this is interesting, and you don't just give up on the series right at this moment. Thanks. Oh, what happened? Did I misclick on a Tazar by accident, and he hit me for a 7 with one shot? Oh no, my count is ruined. Oh no, I guess I'll just have to keep going. And try again with full health and mini game back in like take 2 seconds. Oh no, what a mess up. Yeah, strategies. I got all the strats. How do where's his coffers? Coffers over here? No. Here's a coffer. Do I just go get my grave? Maybe I just go get my grave. I thought you could go in here and like get his stuff back. Maybe not. You can't get your stuff back. No, wait. If I talk to him, he will do you want to ask me? Yeah. Okay, so can I collect it? He says yes, I think. If you wish. He does charge. Oh, what happens if I... Never mind. Because if I actually had to pay a fee... I don't think there's a fee, but if I had to pay a fee, I would... Oh, don't go to the wrong place. If I had to pay a fee, I would not be able to pay a fee because I don't have any cash. So that is bad. There we go. Fight pit. So let's go teleport over there and go get my stuff back. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't use it from here. That's fine. Okay, let me go teleport and get my stuff back, and then we'll figure this out. Oh no, I have nothing left in my grave except all my items. Oh no. Growth goes back in my head. I get hella bronze. Superman. Lamps go back here, and I am fresh as a daisy, and I am ready to go kill some more snakes. Anybody who thinks that's cheap, I don't care. That is an old man way of playing. Easy mode. I didn't actually teleport back here. I have a floating lazy boy chair that I sit in, and then it just floats. Get away from me. Dude, no head. Floating lazy boy chair that actually teleports me to wherever I want to go in this game. So anyway, yeah, I'm back in action, and if you don't like my strategies, then you are not an old man, because I am an old man, and I like my strategies. Well, the old man and old lady went and did their shopping trip, and I described what was happening to me to the old lady, and she was like, if you want to have a podcast, you should just start a podcast and not pretend like you're playing a game that people might be interested in. She was actually really supportive. She's like, do your thing, you know, you're at least being authentic, and you'll just find out whether or not your personality sucks. Wow, just go away. Bats hate me too. Okay, I'm gonna see you very soon. But yeah, so she's like, she's like, look, if you want to have a podcast, you should have podcasts about like, you know, sci-fi, you know, movies and crap, and then, you know, maybe focus a little bit more on what's going on here. So I will try to rein it in a little bit. The other thing I talked to her about was, one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to provide a lot of content, because A, I think maybe I'll get better at this over time, and B, you know, when you see a series that you kind of like or you're into, I always see a lot of comments in YouTube that say, man, I wish I'd hit this, you know, on episode 50 or whatever. So I'm trying to provide a decent amount of content. The one thing I'm not getting when you produce all the content first before you publish is you don't get feedback. And one of the most important things on all these series is like reading the comments, asking questions, people telling you what sucks. And on this one, they're going to tell me I'm wrong about like 500 million things, but that's okay. I know that already. That's how I play the game. But yeah, you can get some feedback about like what sucks, and you know, and maybe like another content creator takes pity on you and then teaches you how to actually like put graphics into your video so they don't suck so bad. But I'm not gonna have the opportunity to do that because I'm too worried about not having enough content out of the gate. And that, you know, at least, you know, there'd be a chance that somebody might hook into the series if there's, I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes, and it's, I don't know, I guess it's going to be like 12 hours of content. You know, when I see a thing like, and I am not going to compare myself to Settled, because Settled's a freaking beast. But when I see something like Settled and he's done Swampletics, I just watch the whole thing all the way through, which is great. Like, I want as long of content because I have chewed up every single series I could get my hands on, like of the ones that are interesting, right? The only ones I haven't done as much are the PKing ones and the PvP ones. I do watch a lot of PK, a lot of Torvesta and all those other guys. But it's not as interesting to me because I can't do it. And so, like, yeah, they could be, they could be speaking Greek, and I would have no idea what he's talking about. But like when I find a series I like, man, I just can't get enough of it. And so I'm hoping that maybe if anybody even likes this, at least there'll be a lot of content out there. And then there's a couple things that come with that. Like I could get a lot of feedback because there's a bunch of videos, and then it would give me some time to figure out changes I would have to make or how to make it more interesting, or if there's stuff that people would want to see. This all presupposes that somebody's actually going to watch this, which I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to throw this on YouTube and it's just going to fall so flat. A lead balloon. All my dreams will be dashed. I'm having a ton of fun, so I don't know. I would really like to keep doing this, and I'd like to provide entertainment for people, but this is one of the most fun things I've ever done in this game. It's actually one of the more fun things I've actually done, period. I am super energized to do this, and I am loving it, and it has made this game more fun for me, and I love this game. So anyway, yeah, those are the decisions. I'm probably going to get through the entire first decade before I publish. So yeah, that might be just a terrible decision because the thing must suck, and the best thing you could do is get feedback from your viewers saying like, oh dude, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. If you just did this, I would actually care. So I might be blowing it by doing that whole decade. It is 10% of the game though, and it's 10% of arguably the most boring part of the game. So, if I can even get anybody to pay attention, I could potentially save the series, from decade 2 on. So I don't know. I hope I get enough feedback I hope I get enough feedback or enough people to watch to just tell me what they would like to see from here on. And I don't think the series will be ruined. But yeah, anyway, I'm so glad that I had that talk with my wife about not just blabbing forever. At least this is about the series and about the future and why I'm doing what I'm doing and why my content sucks so hard. And I'm sitting here filling it with a bunch of, random thoughts about life. But, yeah, so I don't know. This may just be the absolute most bloated episode of the series. And I'll wake up tomorrow and be a little more chill. But, yeah, so I might also set a record for most amount of content published in OSRS, in one shot. It's not a good thing. I feel like the guy who goes to write his first novel, and it's 800 pages long. And you just realize nobody's going to read an 800-page novel, especially if it's not interesting. But whatever, we'll see. I mean, this will be funny to look back at someday and just be like, haha, that's probably where you screwed the whole thing up, buddy. So thanks for listening again, I guess, if you're watching. Oh my god, it's over. So that's 256 snakes that are killed. Hit points are looking good. I am done ranting about whatever the hell I was ranting about this morning. I probably should not... Whoa, that guy just nuked a monkey. Whoa, hi John Tab. Dude, that monkey exploded. Now that Scorpion, who's probably friends with the monkey, is like, John Tab, don't blow up any more monkeys. Maybe he's doing the quest, but dude, he just literally imploded that thing. Ha! That was great, because those monkeys messed with me, and now they're getting blown up by some dude in a Sarah cave. Anyway, sorry. I get distracted easily, in case you can't tell. I am done. The snakes are finished, and that was not bad at all. Part of the reason it was not bad, part of the reason it was not bad was because I'm kind of scared of this dude. Is because literally my brain was going a mile a minute. So I apologize. Snakes are done. That was not bad at all. That was pretty easy. It was 10 trips to Tzar Bank, to Czar Bank, and then I was done. And so before I find anything else to comment on, the way these little fire things come off the lava, which is weird, but whatever. Or that little grass that somehow made it. Everything else is burned to hell. There's 3 blades of grass. Oh, wait, there's some more right here. Ah! I just went down. Nope, go back up. Go back. Bats are killing me. Look, there's some more right there. Oh, 3 more blades of grass. So 6 blades of grass, the hardiest grass. Mother Nature always wins, even on a volcano. Yeah, we're done. So I don't think I'm going to add these up. I can't remember what I'm killing next. Oh, yeah, I do know what I'm killing next. So I'm going to combo a couple monsters and not do a reveal on this one because the next one drops the same stuff that these guys drop. Now I just ruined the entire segment. But we will get to the next location, and I will check in. Check out the cow pen right now. Look at this. It is going off. Stuff everywhere. Old man mode. Sweeping the nation. It's incredible. Get ready. Coming soon to a theater near you. Just remember, real men do not repeat old jokes. We are here. I'm using this right now because I got 3 of them really close together. I think it's about as close as they're going to get together. Next monster we're going to kill is obviously bats. Bats are boring. Bats only drop one thing, as you know. This is not close to a bank, which is going to suck. They do spread out a little bit. There's a couple more on the other side. This is like Bat Canyon right here. Also known as the absolute scene of the crime for one of the most hated quests of all time, which is Rag and Bone Man 1 and 2. There is a little trick to speeding up the bones. You can hop worlds and they're done instantly or something. So you might want to watch that if you ever have to do Rag and Bone Man, which we will do at some point. But the crazy thing about this, I was looking this up in the wiki, and this area is called Silveria. Silveria, I think. Because I was looking at it, and I was like, what the hell is Silveria? And there's, a number of bats. Ooh, there's 4 at once, so this won't be that bad. But I got to get all the way back to Varrock Bank to bank these, which sucks. So this area is called Silveria, I guess. I should click on it in the wiki, and maybe I will, and then I'll give you some more intel. But it feels like one of the developers back in the day wanted to make this into something interesting, and then they just stopped and just said forget it. But it still had the name. But there's there's a decent amount of bats. There's the weirdo up there where you get the stuff. But yeah, this is where we're going to park it for 256 bats, which is super boring. I'm going to try to make this one really, really quick, and then we will run down bats and snakes. We will run them down together and then move on. So this is our new home. I'll let you know how it's going. Got a cool little tune going there, Mauritania. This is new. Not my favorite, but something new is always appreciated to get. Got my first inventory. These guys are hitting me pretty good, which is, I don't know, weird. I think, if you keep your defense maxed at 10 in this first decade when you're doing this, I'm going to walk back to Varrock, by the way, because I would like to heal up a little bit on my way back. Otherwise, I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do, like always. But if you keep your defense maxed at 10, I think, when you're playing Old Man mode, if you were to ever do this, which I don't know why you would, but if you ever do this, the armor upgrades, if you really want to make it easy mode, Old Man mode in this first decade, I think, you do need, well, you could just cook food, and then, I don't know why I'm so obstinate about the food. I just keep holding on to it forever. I don't know why. The next decade I can get a bunch of cakes and use up all my thieving from 10 to 20 on cakes if I wanted to. In fact, I could go get some cakes right now because I still have room left before 11. But these are bats. Oh, we're not doing that. This, by the way, I just moved the Slayer gem over every time to do a new tab. This is actually going to create a new tab because these are actually bat bones. They're not regular bones. Please, you can look up what bat bones are used for, but it's just absolute minutia, obscure crap around like Watchtower Quest, and it does a bunch of really weird stuff that I don't think anyone's ever done before. Like, you can mix it with something, it just blows up and hurts you. Just kind of funny, although it can't kill you. It's like the worst rock cake of all time. But anyway, yeah, defense. So Old Man mode, you want to make it easy mode. You do need to get, I think you need to get some defense, some armor upgrades partway through the decade, because I'm getting closer and closer to, and I didn't look up stats, and I'm not scientific or anything, but I'm getting closer and closer to monsters that are actually putting a tiny hurt on me, and I'm only going to regen like 3 HP or 4 HP on the way back. So this is, inevitability. This lady is so sad, and I think even after you save her kid, she's still sitting here just bawling. Sucks. Is she crying, or I don't know. I have a keyboard, so I will never know if she's crying, I guess. She looks just kind of like hunched over. That lady Irina in Shanty Pass, she's crying. She just cries and cries and cries. But I think when you save her daughter, maybe she doesn't cry anymore. But anyway, this is such a sad story. This whole story is like super sad. There's Baby Impling. What does Baby Impling say? Baby Impling, ah? What? Okay. Maybe somebody can explain that one to me. I think you need to get some armor because the further I'm getting through the decade, the more these things are hitting me. I didn't check the level, and I haven't checked their stats or see how tough they are or anything. But, yeah, I'm taking more damage than some of the starter monsters, obviously. They're level 6. That should just not... I don't know, that frog, like, kicked my ass, so whatever. Maybe it's just monster-specific. But yeah, I think if you're going to play easy mode, I purposefully have left my upgrades further on in the decade because I want it to mean more and I want it to be interesting in between. But what that means is, you get beaten up by a bunch of pretty low-level monsters that should or should not be killing you. So, the one that I have obviously eschewed at this point, God bless me, is the bronze med helm because I just think it looks dumb and that would make me look dumb and I wouldn't be the rat old man that I am. But yeah, you can get that from the goblins really early, and then I'm not going to talk about it because there's some guys later on that are in here that have the upgrades. But in this decade, there are folks that have really have decent weapons. If you're basically killing 1 through 10 monsters. I don't know how good the armor is, but it could be worth... It's a trade-off, right? It could be worth going and trying to get them, but those guys actually hit harder, too. So that while you're killing 256 of them, you might have a lot less fun because they're killing you and you have to bank all the time. You would probably just use your food. I think I have 750 food that I could use. Even if they only heal 2, that's like 1,500. That is 50... I'm at 30 HP here. I'm a little bit more than that. So I'm 37 HP right now. So, hey, what's up, Rick? This is my secret strategy of talking for an entire hour to get another random. I can talk to this guy while I'm killing. Look at this. Whoa! What the hell? Okay, I never, ever, ever knew that he would give me a cosmic talisman. What a trip. Okay. I had no idea that was even a drop from Rick Turpentine. I've never seen that. And I think I talked to him. I don't know. You get later in the game, you start dissing randoms pretty heavily. Unless you're looking for like a baguette or whatever. Cool. I got a cosmic talisman. That I'm 99.9% sure that I would get a cosmic talisman on the natural progression up to getting that rune crafting level and being in that decade. But I have one now, so that's cool. But anyway, so there's a couple monsters where, I think the right way to do it is, you take the pain for one set of 256 monsters that has upgrades, and you just upgrade your armor early, and then the rest of the decade is, like, pretty chill. Because, again, otherwise you're just, you got to figure out what you're doing. Oh, yeah, cooking. I have 750 different things. There's 1,500 at 37.5. That's, if it's not 40... if it's not 50, it's 40 on that would be... Oh, well, that's 1,500. So 40 times 37.5 is 1,500. So anyway, I could do 40 sets of full HP whenever I want. So that's, I guess, what probably normal people would do. Actually, that's not true. I'm lying again because I can only cook, just over 30. Level 10 is at, 1160, and you got 30 of those. So you get like 30... no, not 35. You get... 38 of those, that's 1140, so you get 38 of those. You could cook 38 of those things, so at 2, that's only 76 HP. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm ranting again for no reason. I don't know why. It's early again. I got a big-ass coffee. Thinking coffee, OSRS, and a microphone is my mortal nemesis. My arch enemy is blabbing. Anyway, that's 5 minutes of just nothing while I kill bats. But yeah, get your armor early, old people playing old people mode. No one's going to play old people mode because I have basically demonstrated that it will make you into a crazy person. Yeah, my family just, I see them inching away from me every day. I'm growing a big beard. I'm talking about the most random crap ever. doing weird math in my head and getting cosmic talismans. So I don't know. Play at your own risk, kids. Old man mode might make you insane. Just that's the Surgeon General's warning. I'll put it on the side of the label. So be careful when you mess with old man mode. Or I think that baby imping ah is the Baby Shark reference. By the way, the old man is so old. The rest of you all heard the Baby Shark song. And you would assume that the old man... Who's that guy? Fort Wenny. Oh, god damn it. That is not Fort Wenny. That's a good one. Obsidian guy. I get it now. I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm down with it, mister. That guy likes Obsidian. He's got... Whoa! 48 strength. I did not plan that, obviously. But that guy's got Obsidian cape, which I don't think has anything to do with whether or not, Obsidian works. You don't need the cape, but he's got it. So that dude's, committed to being Obsidian. If there were Obsidian boots, he'd be all over it. Anyway, that's that guy. I was gonna say something, and I can't remember what it is. What was I gonna say? Oh, Baby Shark. Anyway, I think that's what it means. I can't remember how that song goes or whatever, but you would assume that since the old man is old, he has kids and Baby Shark and whatever. The old man is so old that his kids were too old for Baby Shark when it came out. So I'm assuming that what that is. And the man over here who lives in Fort Wenny, it must be a nice fort that he lives in. So anyway, goodbye, Obsidian Man. I'm sorry you have to do Rag and Bone Man. And good luck with, your fort. I just watched that second clip back again, and the back half of it, I'm all sly and trying to not tell you which monster I want to thieve, and I literally said the name of the monster halfway through the clip. I will say this right now, just don't get old. Whatever age you are currently, you should just stop, because as soon as you get old, man, the brain just starts retreating. The good news is about getting old is that you won't know. You literally just don't know. You just said something stupid, and then 5 minutes later, you say something totally contradictory to the stupid thing that you said, and it doesn't matter. You're cool, and then people probably just take pity on you because they're like, 5 seconds ago, he said something the opposite of what he just said, and they're just like, okay, I won't say anything to him because he's obviously old. So, yeah, cool. Great. That was fun. Gonna be a mega clip because I got 13 HP XP to go. That's 6, so I got 7 left. I'm at 3 HP. This isn't gonna be as dramatical as I thought it would be. Dramatical is not a word, neither is ironical. 38 HP, awesome! But I've got 4 HP now because you get one. Duh. You get an HP point when you go up an HP level. That's one thing that happened, so I went up, but immediately the bat took it back. But anyway, I thought this was going to be dramatic because I was going to have a 1 HP battle with the 1 HP warrior and blah, blah, blah. And get an HP level and all that was going to happen, but it didn't. So I don't know what to do. I have a lot to go in this inventory. I'm at 3 HP. I could die at any moment. That's 2 HP. What do you guys want to see? Again, there's no feedback. If you like it when I get killed by bats and frogs, and, quasi misclicking Tazar, then I am happy to do that for you. It's not that long of a walk back. I can just boogie back from Lumbridge and get my stuff, which is probably what I'm going to do again. I think it's funny when people die. It's not that funny when you're doing it on purpose and it keeps happening to you, and then you say it's funny. That's how not to tell jokes, by the way, is to tell someone right after you made a joke that it was a funny joke. But yes. Oh, these guys are not doing their part. This video is starting to get long, or this clip is getting long, so I'm gonna, saw it off and then maybe come back at 1 HP, or maybe I'll get all the way to the, banking part on this 3 HP. Yeah, because I'm kicking some butt now, and maybe I'll be able to bank and then keep this going. But I'm going to die at some point if I do not heal or take a big fat break, which I might have to because the old lady needs some help right now. If I don't take a big fat break, I'm going to die before I get to 256. It is a certainty at this point. So I'll check back in a second. My stats and these bat stats are like a pendulum. Every time it gets to 2, I'm about to film it, and then my HP goes back up to 3, and it's not dramatic anymore. Now I'm at 2, and there's not a lot of healing. I mean, sorry. Oh, but my inventory's almost full. Yeah, this is just not coming together for drama. I hate to say it. There's 1 HP. Here we go. I could die at any moment, or I could get the last bone. I got the last bone. So that I am 3 for 4, 750. That is a heck of a batting average. 1 HP warrior heading back to Varrock with a full inventory. No point in killing himself for no reason. As a reward, I think I am not going to commit ritual suicide to a bat, which that does not. There is no term for that. That may be the first time those words, I think, have ever been uttered in the English language, which kind of makes me special. I'm just saying. I'm not going to do that. I am going to find some way to, like, AFK for a second, go talk to the old lady, and then get some HP back. And I am at 182 bats. It's still too far. I need 74 to go. So unless I regen pretty high, I am not going to be able to finish still. So I don't know. I'm probably just going to wait it out. I'm going to hang out at the bank. By the way, I would really love to know this, and I'm not publishing anything, but in these comments later, you can go back to this episode and just tell me, what is the best way to non-cheat AFK? What lasts the longest? Right now, for me, it feels like a toss-up between clicking one of these quest little bubbles. You just pick a quest bubble and you click it, and the game thinks you're, like, really interested in that quest, versus just hanging in the bank. The bank lasts a while, or maybe none of that matters. Maybe that, my perception that the bank lasts longer, you can AFK longer while you're in the bank, or on a quest, is the same amount as if you just stood here. It feels like it's longer. Sometimes I've, like, come back, bio break, whatever, and I come back and the bank is still open, and I'm like, wow, I really lasted a long time there AFKing. But I would love to know, like, what is the legitimate, non-cheating way of AFKing the best? What will let you hang out the longest without the game turning back off? I would love to know that. Ooh, look at that guy, just 3-way switch right there. Yeah, so anyway, if this ever gets published, anybody ever reads it, anybody ever cares about the comments, cares about me in any way whatsoever, please let me know. What is the best way to AFK, regen or chill out, or leave your character sitting there for a second without cheating? So, thank you. I will be back to try to finish off these last bats, but that's what's happening right now. See you in a second. I am back in the Canyon of Boredom. In case you're wondering what I chose, I threw myself AFK at the bank for a little while yesterday, and then chilled out, had the birthday party for my son. It's now the morning again, so I'm back here. I am hoping this week is a little bit more normal than whatever was going on this weekend. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the direction the series is going, where I just sit there and, just talk my, what off. Maybe that's how the previous episodes were too, and I just didn't realize it. But anyway, I've had to do some heavy editing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the, if it turns out that anybody wants to listen to me sit there and blab about whatever, I'm going to take all the videos that I think are just bloated and weird and talking about random stuff, and I'm going to put them into a file and save them. So at some point I could put together, I won't call it a bloopers videos, because blooper videos need to be funny, otherwise someone's not going to watch them. But I'll put it in some file that, like I said, the lost treasure trove of the old man losing his sanity. So anyway, we're back. 31 HP, pretty well set up to finish off this group of monsters, which is nice. And I will check back in if anything interesting happens. Well, it's only been a minute for you, but it's been a whole day, and I've been going back and watching some of my crazy videos from yesterday. In one of those videos, I stated that ironical is not a word. Apparently, I don't want to get called out on this, apparently ironical is a word. But I will say, you can just say the word ironic instead of ironical, and it serves the same purpose. So in the old man's language, I am going to use ironical the way it was used in the movie Good Will Hunting, when Robin Williams uses it as kind of a joke when he's talking to Stellan Skarsgård about Will Hunting. Great movie, by the way. I love that movie. I have lots and lots of quotes from that one. Oh, I already quoted it once. But anyway, yeah, ironical is technically a word, just not in the old man's vocabulary. Okay, last inventory. I need, I think, 21 kills. I want to run back because I killed one extra and there's bones sitting there. So maybe I can get the bones in time. I think I can run back with 30 run energy, but we'll see. By the way, 10 agility is really powerful. There's a massive difference between 0 and 10. Somebody's going to tell me it's not mathematically, but perception-wise, and they say perception is reality, which somebody like UIM Loki, who's like a badass philosophy guy, would probably contest that, or tell you it's true, one or the other. But there's the bones. Come on, you can do it. Don't disappear on me. I need these bad bones. I have 21 to go, and that last inventory just wrecked me. Oh, I got it. Sweet. That last inventory shredded me, so I'm down to 11. I don't know if I can kill 21 with 11. We're going to find out right now. So, last inventory. I'm glad to get bats behind us here because this was not that interesting. You know, it's some prayer XP. The other stuff that Bat Bones does, although I do need it for Watchtower quest, I think. I need Bat Bones for that. But the other stuff Bat Bones can do for you is just totally weird and boring and doesn't serve a lot of purpose. So, yeah, I'm getting happy to get these done. I'll let you know. I'm back up to 12 already. I'll let you know if any drama happens. See you in a minute. No drama yet, but something really weird just happened, which is there was a little cat here for like a second, facing north-south, which is very strange. Like, you know, sometimes people's pets get stuck, and that's fine. It makes sense, and, you know, they can last for a little while, and they just sit there before they go back to their owners. But I'm in the middle of nowhere, and there is a giant... Nobody came by. There were no human beings here, no players. And there's this giant wall between me and the dig site. The only way a cat could ever have gotten over here is if the guy threw it over the mountains. Or the cat got catapulted or something. I don't even... There's just no way that's possible. So, it's kind of like that one glitch where they were trying to get the jackal. I think that was settled, trying to do a Slayer task. I think. I can't remember who did it, but you can get a jackal to appear on the other side of a fairy ring if you, like, time it perfectly. So, Settled, I think it's Settled. I'm probably just totally screwing this up. But Settled got, like, dogs as his Slayer task. And obviously, when you're Mauritania locked, you know, you can't... It's Slayer tasks, you know, you have just a really, really low likelihood that you could do them. And I think he got dogs, and dogs suck. Dogs are hard to do. I didn't even know jackals were dogs before I saw that. But anyway... There's this thing you can do where you can get the jackal to, like, you know, vape through a... Vape. Vape's not the right word. Kids these days vape. We didn't vape in my day. There's no vaping. I don't like vaping. I'm sure lots of people who play this game do whatever they want to do. But I'm not into that because I think it's a little nefarious for younger kids. If you're an adult, you do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. Old man's never going to tell you don't do something. This old man was stupid lots of times in his life. That's how we learn, or one of the ways we learn, as long as it doesn't kill you. Now that I've busted out some cliches, but yeah, you can get a jackal to appear through a fairy ring if somebody like is getting attacked by it, and then appears the next second or something. I don't know how they did it, but anyway, then Settle jumped on it and he got like a Slayer kill. I don't think he did a whole task. He might have, because that's the kind of man that he is. Is doing insane stuff like that, but yeah. Anyway, so kitten right here for some reason. It was yellow. I know you're all wondering because this is so interesting, and you just won't be able to sleep tonight unless you know what color the kitten was. This like Schrodinger's cat that appeared down here, and yes, it is now a cat. So it wasn't dead though. But anyway, so yeah, here we go again. I have 7 to kill, I think. I need to kill 7 bats, and this will blissfully all be over. Anyway, there's another 3 minutes of your life you will never get back. There we go. They are all dead. 256. See, this is what I'm talking about. I went from like 25 to 11 or something with one of the inventories, and then I just killed, you know, whatever that number is. At 18? I think it looks like 18. Is that 22? That's 22. I killed 22. Nothing I have said is ever correct. But I killed 22 of them and on 11 HP, and now I have 9. Just very strange. And everybody always says like stuff like that is strange. Like, we're playing a game on purpose, where we have accepted all the basic tenets of RNG, and then when it happens to us, we're like, "Aw, like RNG, aw, how did that happen? RNG, aw." So anyway, I'm done. Let's go ahead and look at it. We are comboing snakes and bats together. It's going to be epic. Let's see what we got. Okay, so bats and snakes are both dead, which is nice. Just like the frogs and rats, I couldn't find anything funny to say about them. So instead, I had them go full Super Saiyan and evolve into their final form, Quetzalcoatl, the Aztec god of craftsmanship. Quetzalcoatl did not drop much. Dropped 256 regular bones, 256 bat bones, which happen to be just slightly higher XP than regular bones. Using our old methodology of using all these on the Chaos Temple in the wilderness, you could get up to 47 prayer. I realize I'm probably not going to lug 100 inventories of bones out to the Chaos Temple, but if you wanted to, you could, and that's kind of an old man thing to do, except old man's afraid of the wilderness. You could get 47 prayer, which would be really nice. I got 2 strength levels, 2 HP levels. Every time I kill 256 of these monsters, my bank value seems to go up by about 100k. That's kind of like the average, so they're all worth 400 GP, which is not bad at all. Wouldn't take you much to get a million GP and just buy ruthless upgrades in this game, so it makes you think a little bit even more about those beggars who sit at the GE, and why they don't just do what they're supposed to do. And then I got 5 GP from selling that potion that I had gotten from a random. Speaking of randoms, I was all stoked on that Cosmic Talisman, and then I realized I have to go sell it. So that thing's going bye-bye in the next episode. But that's it for snakes and bats. By the way, Quetzalcoatl does not have bat wings. These are actually feathers. But, you know, artistic license, I think, is warranted in this case. Trying to make a bunch of bats and snakes actually look cool. So that's it. Let's move on to our next monster. Sorry if the music was really loud in that last clip where we're summing everything up. The folks next door who are renovating their house have decided that today is the day that they will jackhammer their entire driveway. So that kind of sucks for audio. And we'll see how bad it is. I'll go back and look at it. I don't want to re-record everything. Some of this stuff I can't re-record, so I'm going to roll with it for now and hope that it's okay. You know, you would expect the old man to be a grouchy old man and get mad at people building right next to him. Actually, we have houses being renovated on both sides of us right now, which is pretty amazing. But the old man is actually not. He's more of a live and let live guy. They're renovating their house, which will eventually make the old man's house more valuable, which is nice. And so I don't care. Sometimes you are the builder, and sometimes you are the guy who's getting woken up at like 7 in the morning with a jackhammer. That's just the way life works. I feel like if people were not so intractable and a little nicer to each other, then this world might be in better shape than it is currently. So anyway, yeah, a little bit of pain in the old man's world. Don't care. It is what it is. Eventually it'll all pay off, and that lady will be really happy next to me, and that's her dream, is to renovate her house. She's not doing it because she wants to make a bunch of money. She's doing it because she wants to have a nice house to live in, and it's her retirement home. So good for her. Jackhammering sucks. It is what it is. We have come to our new spot. We are going to be killing hammocks. Nope, just kidding. This is not our new spot. I just want to stop here for a hot second. This is such a chill little zone over here. Look at this. You've got a bench, and the bench says sit back and relax. You got a hammock that is perfect for snoozing in the sun. That is so cool. If you examine a crab, it says no one likes crabs, which that's a little aggressive. Like, I don't like, why is that so mean? There's nothing wrong with crabs. Like, they're not bad. You know, unless they're talking about other kind of crabs, which maybe that's the joke and I'm just not getting it. It's got to be really, really windy here because this hammock has not been in a concave form in quite some time. In fact, I feel like at some point it was actually higher. So I don't know, maybe it moves with the wind. I have no idea what's going on with this thing, but it's definitely not just chilling. But anyway, that's a super, 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 super old man spot right here. The only thing that's a little freaky about it is this is a recently extinguished fire. So someone was just here cooking up something, which is weird and freaky. I don't know who it was, but I don't want to see them. But otherwise, the old man would be all over this. This is literally my dream, is to have a bench to kick it and a hammock by the ocean and chill out. By the way, crabs couldn't even get you unless they came up these little things on the side. So who cares? They're small. They're super small. But yeah, the old man would be all about this, but the old man also has work to do. So let's go do some work. We are near the Asgarnian dungeon, which is a cool little spot. I love this. I've lived here multiple times. I never did the super sweaty wyvern killing, but these 4 guys right here, this is our new group of monsters that we're going to kill. I love how every time I do a big reveal on the monsters, and all you got to do is look at the summary, and you're like, I know what's coming next, dumbass. But anyway, these are our new monsters. These are muggers. I don't think I've ever killed muggers before, except by accident when I clicked on one. Muggers usually only show up in groups of like 1, maybe 2 in the wiki, but right here we have 4 of them. So this is neat. I'm excited. These guys have drops. This is probably going to be my best content of the whole episode. The only thing that sucks about these guys is I got to go get their stuff to a bank. Or in their case, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the deposit box in Port Sarim. I think that is my closest chance to bank anything. So, and if they're dropping stuff, they're going to drop bones and they're going to drop actual items. So put that together and, yeah, I'm going to have to bank decently frequently. 20 inventories or so if it's 2 drops. So, yeah, this is our task. I'm totally into it. I like muggers. I think the muggers are weird. The old muggers used to just have a highwayman mask on, which made them look super silly. These are some poor muggers because they got weird outfit on, man. I think they're wearing like sandals or I don't know. Yeah, I think they're wearing sandals, and he just put a towel around his head, which is strange. So they're not very good muggers. They're level 6 muggers. But I'm excited because I can get some very useful stuff from here. There is a I think it's 128. There's a 1 in 128 drop here that is awesome and will unlock content for me. So I will let you know how it's going, and I will definitely update you if we get the drop that I really, really want. Yeah, that's it. There goes somebody who actually plays the real game. Bye. Have fun killing those things. So yeah, we'll check back in and let you know how it's going. First drop for buggers right here is rope, and so that is not surprising. I think these guys have like a 1 in 3 chance of dropping rope. I don't know, I'm not sure what Mugger's doing with, a ton of rope on him, but they drop rope, and I like rope. Rope is useful. There are places where you need rope and you don't have rope. There's some places where you use rope and you never get it back, like God Wars Dungeon and Calfight and other stuff. I think you need a rope for the Lumbridge Swamps. So I'm all about this. These guys can give me as much rope as they want. I'm going to get a lot of rope, and then I will never need rope again. So let's do it. It's going to be a rope fiesta. Okay, cool. There is the first inventory. It's varied, as you can see. There's lots of cool stuff. There's Nerit Leaf, bronze bolts, which I think are decently common drops. So that's great. I can keep working on the range stuff. Bones, obviously. There's some water runes, and then look at all these ropes. So I'm in good shape. I love this. We're gonna do a little test right now. I'm gonna see how much run energy it takes to get to the deposit box, and then come back. Or I could just do it one way, and then we could multiply by 2, which is high-end math. But we can multiply by 2 and see. It's probably not the most efficient way to run there, but I will get there anyway somehow. There's a little more sea shanty going on. Sea Shanty 2, by the way, not number 1, because number 1, that's outdated. See, here's the splashing guy. I was here once. But so Sea Shanty 2 going off. So to get here, it is half, it's exactly half. So that is pretty cool. I gotta make sure I sort that at some point. The only new stuff in there, I think, is rope. So it takes almost exactly your run energy to run back and forth. The only problem is these guys are pretty easy to kill. They're not kicking my butt. They're pretty chill. I only lost 1 HP or something, 2 HP. So they're good and easy to kill, which means I only need to cruise back to the bank deposit box fairly often. So there's no way I'll get all my run back in time. So Old Man will be walking. Old Man walks a lot anyway. Yeah, it's almost perfectly 100 run energy, which is super cool. That's about 90. So yeah, we'll keep banging away. But yeah, this is a fun one. These guys are easy to kill. They have drops, which is a lot better than the last couple monsters I killed. And yeah, and the bank deposit box not that far away. So we'll keep hammering away here. Oh, here we go. Genie number 3 on the account. I was watching a Tile Locked guy the other day, which, by the way, I did watch Settled's Tile Man series, and there's a guy named Pip who's doing it too. The only thing about Pip is progressing really quickly, and he's ahead of Settle's content. Settle's content is a lot fancier and higher end, Pip is good. Pip is good at what he does, which is actually, I'm hoping it's not a problem, because, you know, anybody can have an idea. I should quote the guy, or I should you know, attribute the guy who actually invented Tile Man, because Pip talks about it in his series, and so does Settle, I think. Quam Leaf, sweet. But so you know, nobody owns an idea. They both attributed the guy, and he doesn't do it anymore. So, but the problem is Pip and Settled are really close together. Settled's in the middle of his series. Pip is flying through his series really quick. I hope it's not demotivating Settled to not do it because somebody else who is good. You know, it's one thing if somebody who sucks, you know, does a game mode and nobody watches it. Big deal, right? Which might be this. But, you know, if somebody who's pretty good actually does a series that's interesting, you know, I don't want Settle to get demotivated and be like, well, Pip's doing it, and so, you know, maybe I won't go down the series. They're doing it a little differently. Hey, there's a beginner clue scroll. Cool. They're doing it a little differently, and they started in different spots, which is cool. They have basically the same rules, so that's fine. And you could kind of see through Pip's progression, like, where Settled may go. Although I don't think Settled's going to go the same direction Pip is in terms of like doing quests and stuff, which is chewing up all of Pip's tiles. So I would just say to Settled, man, just keep going. We will watch you do anything. You are the king. Yeah, and it's super cringy to talk to another content guy in your content, but whatever. Don't care. Someday they'll see this, and hopefully they, you know, get a smile out of it. That I'm a fanboy. And then, by the way, Pip erases tiles that he steps on by accident, and then he's like, you never saw that, and everybody in the comments is like, it sucks, don't do that, and then he keeps doing it, and I'm with them, which is, it's funnier when you blow it. It is funnier when you mess up and then have to go through pain. Tile Man is so specific, and it's such a grind, it's so crazy. And by the way, Pip, you're crushing it, so, you know, having to do one extra tile here and there because you clicked the wrong way, that fits perfectly into the game mode, and you should just stick with it. Just have to do more lobsters or whatever to get enough XP to open another tile. So yeah, here we go again. Digression-o-rama. Why was I talking about this? I can't remember. But yeah, muggers are good. This is fun. This is easy. You know, I'm getting some fishing bait. There it is. There it is. There it is. So look at that. This is, you've never seen one of these before. This is a knife. So I think that's the one in 128 that I wanted. Yes, that is so awesome. So that is fletching on the account. Now I can fletch logs if I get any logs as a drop. Which, I hate to spoil this for you, but logs are a massive choke point on this account. There goes the Butterbutt. Butterbutt is real. It's a thing. You know, have some pity for people that have it. It's not fun. But yeah, I can now fletch, which is awesome. I love the fact that and I'm sure there's another one somewhere, another knife drop somewhere, and this is all going to sound stupid because I'm in the first decade, but I love the fact that developers put a knife on as a drop. Because when you watch people trying to get a knife in like really gnarly chunk locks and stuff, you can get one in Lubridge right in the kitchen, so that's not a big deal. Settled had to walk to his, which means he was burning up tiles using up tiles to try to get to the knife. So it was a big deal for him. For whatever reason, like, I didn't want to pay for this. I could have bought one once I get to 1,000,000 gold, but I didn't want to. And then I was looking on the mugger drop table, and I'm like, cool, they have a knife. So it's really cool that the developer makes this available to someone who just wants to, like, get it from a drop. But yeah, that is so cool. So I have a knife, and I can now fletch stuff. I don't know what else you do with knives, but yeah, I can fletch. As soon as I get some logs, I can start getting fletching levels. Yeah, that worked perfectly. I mean, I actually caught it in a video, so unfortunately that you had to watch now for 5 minutes. But yeah, so cool. There's the knife. That was the drop I was looking for. I'm totally happy. Fishing bait is always appreciated, and look at the bronze bolts stacking up. Life is good over here. Here's easy scroll. I figured I should probably show you when I get the clue scrolls. So that's an easy one from these guys. So they drop beginner and easy, which is nice. I don't know if you guys want me to show you every one of these anymore or not, because they're not relevant for a while. Easies really aren't relevant for a while. I'm also getting a bunch of bronze med helms. They're really trying to pressure the old man to get that thing checked out on his head. But But yeah, so anyway, that's easy. Clue scrolls are fun, and they're neat at any other time of the game, except for this one. So yeah, anyway, easy clue scroll. There is another easy clue scroll. So pretty cool. They're all over the place. Last time I talked about this, I was like, oh, they're dropping like, dropping all over the place. So I'm gonna go check the drop rate on them because it's got to be good. And I found some awesome way to get clue scrolls. It stopped happening, so I probably will not look it up. And you all can just check out muggers and see if muggers are worthwhile for clues. But yeah, that was a lot. That's I think I have 4 clue scrolls. No, I have 4 clue scrolls in 94 guys. I just jinxed myself, but whatever. There we go. Yep. In the back of my head, I don't want to say it out loud, but part of the reason I was saying that I don't look at max hits is because I was just like looking at my level thinking maybe it was time, and sure enough, I just hit a mugger for a 7. So max hit is up again. That is awesome. My guy's getting so much tougher. He's so much stronger. He kills things so much faster, which is really nice. I'm down to 5 HP. Yeah, muggers. Oh, there's a 7. Ha! I did it. I proved that I am not lying. Cool, and I get to go walk, so I can heal some of this back again, which is nice. But yeah, 7 HP, max hit obtained with the Bronze Sim, and like barely any melee strength bonuses. But that is super cool. My guy just gets better by the second. Cool, we are halfway done with muggers. This is my 3rd attempt of recording a video explaining that we're halfway done. Everyone before this was ridiculous. I got to get rid of a bunch of videos. I said I was going to save them, but I'm reining it in this week. I'm going to be my own feedback loop and say that me talking about random crap is not good for the series. So yeah. Anyway, it was about Hunter and quests and a bunch of other stuff and how I'm going to get Hunter up and how hard quests are to do. You will find that all out as we get into the next decade when I can actually do novice quests. But yeah, halfway done with muggers. This is going great. I'm super happy. Again, the variability between how many HP it takes me to kill a whole inventory is just astounding. Sometimes it's 15 HP and sometimes it's 4. So yeah, quite a difference of how hard these guys hit me. But this is very rewarding. I'm enjoying killing muggers a lot. So I will check back in when we hit another milestone. And beginner clue scroll. It did mellow out. I am 5 for 162 now. So it definitely did mellow out, which is what happens every time I mention it. But still pretty good. I gotta tell you, that is pretty good. We're getting beaten up again. We're under 100 to go. I'm getting beaten up again. So I'm gonna walk it back and then see if I can... I'm going to see if I can get healed up by the time we get back here. Look at this severe spoonage of ropes. If it weren't for this fool right here, combo breaker! If it weren't for this fool right here, every single one that I've killed in this inventory so far would have dropped me a rope, which is pretty cool. If you like rope, I guess. I wonder if there's a rope fetish. There's gotta be, because, yeah. Anyway, lots of ropes. Well, I just had to blow up a clip that I had recorded about getting a backup knife. So I got another knife, which is great. But I had this whole thing where I was talking about drop rates and my philosophy on drop rates and everything. And I said a bunch of stupid stuff like that Dragon Hunter crossbow is a 1 in 1,000 drop rate when I meant the lance, which is probably also not a 1 in 1,000, but I was trying to make a point. But anyway, so yeah, I got another knife, which is awesome. The upshot of what I was trying to tell you guys was I am neither lucky nor dry usually. It usually just works itself back out to whatever the RNG is for me. I don't consider myself to be either one of those things. Just kind of the game is fair, and it does what it says it's going to do eventually, which has also been my experience on this account so far, is I'm kind of getting things on the drop rate, which is nice. I like that fact. I threw in this conspiracy theory that the game actually knows when you're going dry and then hooks you up. But there are some people out there who've just gotten absolutely abused by RNG, and I've seen it for real. I think that guy Rarg is on his, he's tried to kill over 9,000 giant moles to get a pet, and he didn't get it. And the funniest thing about it was he does these streams. Everybody knows Link and Rarg, Link's Ocarina and Rarg. They do those, Then We Fight series. he would do these streams where everybody would hang out on like Friday night, Saturday night, and try to help him get a mole, or watch him try to get a mole pet. And he would do these challenges where he'd have to drink. And so that series, him trying to get that mole should have been like, pet mole or cirrhosis of the liver, whichever comes first. But anyway, so I hope he eventually got it. I stopped watching. I just felt so bad for the guy. And I haven't seen a ton of content by those guys in general lately, so I don't know what's going on there. Then We Fight. They've done it so many different ways and so many good videos, but they've done so many different ways. They're probably looking for a new concept at this point. But yeah, fun to watch those guys. But drop rates for me, I've never just been super screwed by one. And I know I'm saying this out loud, but I had one account where I did 2,400 Abbey demon kills before I got a whip, which is that's almost 5x the rate. But then on that same account, I just started getting a bunch of them really, really quick. And then it all evened out eventually. So we'll see how it works out for this account. But yeah, so anyway, that's drop rate and second knife. Cool, there's another easy clue scroll on the ground. It's like 6 and 210. 1 and 35 right now is what I'm running at, which is pretty good. Monsters that drop easies and clues at the same, beginners and easies at the same time. Those are kind of ideal because you get two chances instead of one. Oh, 39 HP. I totally meant to do that. I was paying attention. So anyway, that's 39 HP. I wasn't talking about clue scrolls, I swear. But yeah, guys, getting tougher, getting stronger. I get one more point. They start beating me up again randomly, so we'll see if I can get through to the end. There is another easy clue scroll, 224. So yeah, they're dropping pretty well. I was starting to record a video talking about Turiel and Slayer and whether these guys were on it, and then Slayer and clue scrolls and using Slayer for clue scrolls in the next decade. And then I killed it because it started getting crazy again, which is what happens all the time. I should probably get my actual thoughts in a row before I turn on a microphone. That could be the big problem here. I think I've summed it up in one sentence. Anyway, what I was thinking was, who's going to be the big clue scroll droppers, and how do I use that to my advantage? And I think Slayer's the way to go, obviously, because you can kill more of them through Turiel than you can standard monsters in a decade. Maybe I'll get plenty. I had, in my total for the whole decade so far, I think I've gotten like 20, 25, so that might be plenty. But that's easies and beginners. But Turiel, I can get lots and lots of beginner and easy clue scrolls to him because he does assign some monsters that drop it, and I can do unlimited numbers of those. That being said, in the next decade, I can never go any higher than 20 Slayer. So, which I think I want to preserve mostly on helping me get some clue scrolls. I don't know. We'll see how good the normal decade monsters are at dropping clue scrolls. But yeah, anyway, just something I was thinking about. Sorry for taking a long time on that convo. Here is a mysterious old man, and he wants to do a mime show. We don't do that. I'm sure somebody someday is going to tell me that I won't have the emotes, or something terrible is going to happen, or you can't do like you can't do something in the game because I refuse to go sit there and do a stupid mime show. I don't actually like mime shows. When I was younger, I was so distracted I would never follow the emotes correctly, and then I felt stupid. So, yeah, I don't like mime shows. I think mime shows are dumb. Mime outfits are dumb. I don't know why you would want a mime outfit. Most people don't like mimes. But anyway, yeah. There's another easy. Okay, what am I at? I have killed 240 of these, and this would be, I think it got recorded, it's 8 and 240. So yeah, 1 in 30 is great. This is great. I know people want mediums. Mediums make money because of ranger boots and everything, so they kill the Falador guards, but those are 1 in 50, I believe. So this is a pretty cool little area. It's not multi, so you can't like cannon over here, but you could set up a cannon over here. It's kind of a pain to get to. I'm sure that somebody who is like, really into clues has figured out a way better way to do this. And you can get them from Implings. One way you can do is you just buy your way into it. You buy Implings and then they have clues, scrolls in it. So that's one way to do it. Other people, I think they thieve ham members for easies. I don't know what the rate is there, so maybe that's better than this. But this is good. I mean, you're getting some training done, and getting clue scrolls at the same time. So anyway, yeah, I think the new drop rate's been not bad for me. So Cool. Oh, I only have 4 left, and I only have like 3. No, I have 2 inventory spots. Oh, I could bury all these bones, which again would just sneak me closer and closer to 11 prayer. I am going to probably go bank this right now because I can always drop stuff. I don't have to take everything that they drop, but I like to. But I'm going to go bank this stuff because I feel like if there's a place where I am going to just be sweating blood over inventory spots, it's going to be Dark Warriors out in the wilderness. I cruised around that spot the other day. I actually did a loop around the whole wilderness. It was this 27-minute video that was just useless. And I cruised around the whole wilderness the other day. Got all the tracks unlocked for music, which was nice. And I went and looked at that fortress where the Dark Warriors lived, and it is just a beast. There are level 145s everywhere. I'm not going to have Protect from Melee Prayer. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I'm going to, like, kill, 5 of them and then die or something and have to keep getting my grave maybe from death. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I really don't know how I'm going to do it because that is a crappy place to try to kill level 8s. So anyway, yeah, I am going to bank this one and then I will come back and kill 3 more, I guess. And this is it right here. This is the last mugger that we will be killing. I am very happy to get this over with. Let us, once this dude is dead, I will go bank, and then we will check in on what we got. This was a fantastic monster, by the way. Really good. A little too far from a bank, but that's okay. That was a lot of fun, a lot of good items. We got what we wanted. Let's talk about it. Well, that's it. Muggers are done. Muggers were great. I really enjoyed killing them. It is a good thing that we have muggers. I know you're thinking, muggers are bad people. How could you be saying that? Just remember, without muggers, we would not have Spider-Man or Batman. And what would the world be like without those two? So, muggers dropped a bunch of cool stuff. I got 451 bronze bolts, which is awesome. I'm like over 800 now. Which is great for range when we start that probably next decade. We talked about rope. I got 89 rope. That's great. I will not need any more rope, I don't think. So it's good to have it. You never know why you need rope until you don't have it, and then you're like, why don't I have any rope? And I got, all importantly, I got 2 knives, which can start fletching. Logs are going to be a problem on this account. I know I've teased it a couple times, but we will talk about it more fully probably in the next decade. I got a strength level and an HP level, which is great. Guy gets tougher every day. Bank value, ironically, I consider this to be one of the most valuable monsters I killed, and ironically, they contributed the least to the bank value. It was like 47k, which is pretty low. I got exactly 1,000 gold since the last monster. I still haven't sold that Cosmic Talisman, but I got like 640 from Rick Turpentine, and like these guys dropped, I think, 360 gold. So, yeah, wonderful monster. That is the end of this episode. Finally, this is the old man reminding you that sometimes less is more. I would say usually at this point, this is where I tell you that please throw me a like and a subscribe. You don't have to like this one. I'm not sure I like this episode, but I would love a subscribe. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the other episodes, and I can try to promise you that hopefully future episodes will be more exciting, more fun, and less verbose than this one. So please throw me a something and a subscribe. So I can keep going, making the content, and keep cruising with this game mode. But thanks, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode.